Yes.
Right. Oh no. I open my sheet. What am I doing?
Yes.
Welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring. Welcome to QCP Live. Last time on QCP, we made quite a lot of strides in discovering the secrets of the town. You have better clues to what happened to E. You have unfortunately received some terrifying premonitions of what comes tonight. And now we test who are your allies, who are your enemies. Are you sure you know? The day is passing, evening is falling. It's time to get ready for the ball. So if I could have each player, and as I go down the roll, please answer with your costume when I call your name. And I'm going to go around the table first, and then we'll get our virtual players. So, Allie, tell us, what are you dressed as?
So I think Allie is, with the help from the housekeeper, whose name I cannot remember. What's her name?
Anuli.
She has put together a very sleek, solid red dress with black lace neckline, over the elbow, black gloves, a red and black lace mask, and a little red hooded cloak. So she is basically an adult dressed up as Little Red Riding Hood.
To one of you, this means something very significant.
And a very particular shade of red lipstick as well.
Yes, that would be recognizable to this particular player. Marcellus?
Marcellus is sporting a masquerade mask that looks like a crow. And his jet black hair and green eyes. He's got a gold and red brocade vest and a pirate-style white shirt underneath with black boots and black jeans.
Love it. Tethys.
I'm gonna have to mute myself for which button? Can you guys hear me okay when I'm talking?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
It's a little echoey, but I can hear.
Okay. Okay, so Tethys has her red hair down. she is wearing a black and green mask, along with I'm wearing a dress, but Tethys is actually not. She's wearing a more of like a green and black suit that you would typically feel like a ranger would wear, like kind of the black leather green stripe
She dresses Ed.
across the front of it. And she's got like tight leather pants with boots that come up to her knees. So that's what she's wearing.
Incredible. I can't get enough of it. I love it. Ed has made an appearance. All right. Ray, what are you dressed as?
Well, Ray has one of those really long coats that usually people wear, like the Revolutionary War coats that a lot of like soldiers would the officers would have worn. This is black. He is not wearing a shirt underneath of it. It's completely unbuttoned. He still wants to, show off his glorious tattoos.
Just the tattoos.
Yeah. Definitely not the muscles.
No.
And he's wearing he's a very large person, so he couldn't really find pants perfectly in his size. So he's got like pretty tight dress pants. Or at least the closest you could get to that. No, they don't have a lot of Goliath-sized clothing.
Not in this town, they don't.
No,
All right. Excellent.
they're a little too short on his legs.
Bless his giant heart. All right. And then last but not least, Pippin, what are you dressed as?
So, I did want to ask before I set my heart on this or anything. Is this like a masquerade type of ball?
Yes.
Or
Yes, it is.
So Pippin is going to have like a fox mask.
Ooh.
Rabbit fox.
And he's going to have the straps hold down his ears.
Oh.
And then he'll be wearing like a red, kind of reddish orange waistcoat. And that's, probably about it. But I feel like the mask is, it extends the length of his own muzzle,
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bit of depth to it, but just so maybe he still doesn't look like a fox, but
But he's masquerading as
a
one.
rabbit in a fox mask. But he sure did try.
I love it. So all of you gather downstairs in the de Chevalier's house foyer, and you all see each other. Costumes meaningful, costumes beautiful. What are we doing before we leave for the Ainsworth estate?
Marcellus would bend and grab Allie's hand.
Is he offering or is he just grabbing?
He's grabbing.
Come on.
Give me that.
She looks less than
And he would
pleased.
bend and smile and say, "Enchanté, madam." And he would hold his.
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me okay now?
No, it's coming through. It's not coming through your thing at all.
Oh, huh. Okay, hold on just a second.
We might be able to pass Justice's phone around.
We could probably
be
do
near
that.
whoever's speaking.
Yeah. We can play that game.
And then just mute myself here. So he would say, "Enchanté, madam," and grab her hand and hold his his hat down to his chest and bow super deeply. "You look simply ravishing, darling. That dress is quite becoming. Where did you get it?"
her name?
Annually.
This,
Stage whisper.
she'll go, Unruly helped me put this together. Can I have my hand back, please?
If you must, darling, but
I'm sorry.
just one moment. And he like kisses the
I
top
sent you
of
that
her
Discord
hand
message that-
gently and then hands it back to her.
She just kind of shakes her head a little bit and looks over at the others, like not quite knowing what to do.
I think she liked to do it again.
Leading that man wrong.
Tethys would be kind of like not straight up staring at Allie, but just kind of eyeing her a little bit for a minute, and then she'll be like, "Where did you say you got that dress from?"
I put in a very specific request with the Chevaliers, and Emily was kind enough to help me with it. And she's similarly looking at Tethys, like reading her reaction.
She doesn't give much of a reaction, but she just goes, and then she'll be like, "It's very lovely. I like it."
And what about my costume?
What did he say?
He said racist, and what about my costume?
I think you look
Very nice, Ray.
Thank you.
You look very handsome, right?
Very handsome, Ray.
Not even a touch smaller.
Not even a little bit.
I don't recall seeing livestock on the invite.
Oh!
Shade.
All the shade.
So shall we go get ourselves killed or fed to some dogs?
That sounds like a party to me.
I'd rather not have either one happen.
So as you all go to leave, Hildy comes down from her room and she has something in her hand and she turns to all of you and she says, I want you all to be careful tonight. I don't know what will happen there. And she opens her hand and it's the silver ring you all have seen her wear previously that she had to take off during the Zone of Truth. It's a silver ring, a smooth dome, and she says, this is a ring of mind shielding. One of you may benefit from this.
Don't suppose you have a ring of fire retardation, do you?
I'm afraid I don't, Pippin.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Well, I definitely do not need that ring. I have a mind of steel.
Pippin's going to be like, perhaps being our strongest caster, Miss Sally should.
You want me to wear the ring?
Absolutely. I feel as though if your mind gets controlled, we'll all be doomed.
I mean, hang on.
I'm going to try not to take that as an insult, Furball.
I actually agree with Pippin.
So you all are in agreement that I should wear it then?
I think so.
It is quite becoming on you. It brings out your eyes.
She just gives a side glance over at Marcellus, like, okay, and like moves around to take the ring from Hildy, but in a way that puts Tethys between herself and Marcellus.
Did it just get cold in here? Allie, are you playing tricks again?
Oh, I assure you, I can make it much colder.
Please don't. I get shrinkage.
Tethys gags a little bit.
So, Allie, Hildy will give you the ring, and she'll say, but I do want to see you bring it back to me.
Of course. Is any of the chevaliers coming with us?
Hildy she kind of says, I do have one more request for all of you before she comes down. Ada did not want to go. I'll just be very frank about it. She doesn't want to go. She's going to have the worst time of her life. So please, if you all could gently make this a little easier for her.
Marcellus would immediately call, Ada, darling, I know you can drink with the best. I've seen you in action. You better get down here.
And this is induced. Hildy goes, and just kind of like mouths, what?
Oh, nothing. You should see her.
Is that where Leonard's whiskey went?
Oh, that. No.
No. And she kind of gives you like this motherly look, like, I know you put water in the vodka bottle.
It was just a welcoming gift. Nothing to worry about.
All right. We'll talk about it later, Marcellus.
Marcellus.
Great, now I'm going to be grounded.
I have an idea. Perhaps you could stay with Ada tonight and act as a shield between her and that young Ainsworth ad, who she doesn't seem to fancy. Maybe if she's with you, he'll leave her alone.
Are you kidding? This party was my idea. I will be there. Why don't you No, never mind.
It seems eventually Ada is dislodged from wherever she's hiding in the house because she is induced to come down, and it's clearly not very willingly. But she does have on a very long, well-tailored peacock blue gown, the sort of off-the-shoulder, sleeveless. She's got a little bit of the cleavage that has been finagled up to where it needs to be. But most interestingly, she has on a shoulder to train length cloak made of peacock feathers, and her mask is peacock feathers as well. And you do see on her side is a rapier, nicely done up, of course, with a ribbon piece tied, but still there nonetheless. And she looks as though she is going to the gallows. You might as well have said, Ada, we are going to kill you today. And that's probably, she would have the same expression that she has at the moment.
Ada, it's not that I don't mind your willingness to accessorize that darling outfit, but it comes across a little aggressive. You should turn that frown upside down.
She just looks at Marcellus. And she says, I'll throw up on you first.
Don't mind him, darling. He's just overly excited about finally getting to have his party.
Everyone is excited about this party. Everyone.
See, I told you. Now, is the rapier really necessary?
It's the mark of my station in my family. Of course it's necessary.
You can separate the woman from the work, but you can't separate the work from the woman, I see.
She just shakes it off and heads out front. And a carriage draws up for all of you. What were you saying?
Tethys would look at Marcellus after that and be like, what do you know about work, darling?
Oh.
Now don't be jealous, Tethys.
And I said,
Far from it, I assure you.
Ella kind of sits back in the corner and just watches. Again, she's placed herself on the opposite side from Marcellus.
Crawling the social hierarchy is more than just work. It takes a special type.
Indeed.
I'm having difficulty hearing Kurt again.
we can.
Can you hear me okay? I said, climbing the social hierarchy takes some work. Don't be jealous.
Well, I think this is just my opinion, my educated opinion, but I think Ada looks fine.
Thank you, Ray.
I especially like your cape.
It's been in the family for quite some time.
Says the man that looks like he's waiting for a flood.
Rude!
ready for everything.
The Chevaliers quickly bundle you all into the carriage to prevent further sniping. And as the door closes, Hilly says, please present a unified front for your own safety. And shuts the door with a clack.
Bye, bitch.
And you are all, it's Wilhelm driving the carriage. So y'all take off at breakneck ass speed.
As she says that, Allie looks over at Marcellus and goes, do you hear that, Marcellus? Learn how to apply some discretion when you say whatever's on top of your head.
Discretion. Another one of my favorite words for the common people.
Pretend you are one tonight, darling.
Let's just get to this party. I need some whiskey.
As you all go down the winding roads to the Ainsworth estate, you do also see a party is in full swing at the tavern. There's lights, there's music, you see a few people outside with drinks and tankards, and they're having a blast at that tavern.
Allie looks a bit longingly out the window.
And it is all the common folk, all of the poors, as you all are whisked away to the Ainsworth estate. The gates are thrown open for you. You ride up. You see many carriages already there. In fact, it seems as though all of you are the last ones to arrive.
Oh.
We are fashionably late.
Well, keyword fashionably. But let's not forget the mission at hand. We're trying to find out what these Ainsworths are at. So before we break from this most comfortable carriage ride to the party, I think that we should go ahead and agree that we need to branch out and maybe spread our social wings and try to figure out what's going on here at this lovely manor.
And remember our individual stories and not just let people know we came in through the woods. Nobody came in through the woods. Are we clear?
Nobody came in through the woods. Got it.
We can't say we don't look like we came in through the woods, but we can at least lie about it.
Or better yet, avoid the subject entirely.
Deal. Now where's the bar?
As the carriage pulls up, a footman lets you out, of course, and Wilhelm turns that bad boy around and heads back. And you all are ushered into the Ainsworth estate. And Marcellus, for only having been there very recently, it is transformed, festooned with bright magical lights floating in assorted colors, red, gold, blinking, a beautiful effect, bunting everywhere, and it is full of people, whereas this house previously when you visited was quiet. It is alight and awash in masked figures. Each of you are announced by the woman, Marcellus, that looked at you through the window and shut the window the first time. She touches her throat to make her voice carry as she announces each of you, and she has apparently been briefed on who you are because she does not ask your name, and yet she knows it.
Does she use my full name?
Yes.
Interesting.
And as you enter into the great, massive ballroom in red and gold and black, you are awash in the rich and the elite of Lower Rowan. What are you doing?
Now this is my kind of party. It appears she had no expense too small when she set up this lavish engagement.
Indeed. Wealth beyond imagination is on show here tonight.
Let's try not to look like commoners, and let's mingle with the wealthy of Lower Rowan.
Oh, I'm gonna mingle alright.
And Marcellus has already skipped out to start introducing himself. Marcellus Sinclair. Marcellus Sinclair, nice to meet you. Marcellus Sinclair, I'll be running in this next election. Marcellus Sinclair, you hear him literally flitting about the party already, like he's branched off to go about.
Marcellus, you first meet a woman who is got a heavy swan motif going on, and as soon as you introduce yourself, she clasps your hand in her tight grip. The sort of people who are very friendly and hold your hand very tightly, And she says, "Oh, it is so wonderful to meet you. My name is Angelina Ellington. So good to see you. Annie told me all about you."
Oh, that Annie. What did she tell you? I'm
Oh
intrigued.
dear, tall, dark, handsome, and, well, among those of his stature now. And also running for election, so I've heard.
You've got that correct. Annie knows her business. And it's emphasis on the tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh, indeed. Well, I'm afraid there's not much to run for out here, but if we ever have anything, you have my vote. I do hope you'll come visit sometimes. We love to throw little parties.
He bows super deep, kisses her hand as well, totally playing up the gigolo of the party.
And she says, "Oh, please come meet my family. This is my husband, Michael Ellington." And she introduces a man who is wearing a hawk motif. And she kind of hustles two girls probably in their early 20s together. And you do see they are identical twins. And she says, "This is my daughters, Hannah and Faith." Hannah Ellington is dressed as a cuckoo, and it appears Faith is dressed as a nightingale. Marcellus, Ada had a small miniature of one of these girls that she kept in her breast pocket. The one you know to be Faith.
Ah, Faith. Well, I've heard so much about you. She's the nightingale?
Mm-hmm.
The nightingale.
My
Beautiful voice. Tell me that's something true.
Oh, my mother picked this out, but I'm glad the costume looks nice. Thank you.
So tell me a little about yourself, Faith.
And the other one, Hannah, steps forward and she says, "My sister's quite shy, but I'm not."
Well, Hannah. So brash. I appreciate that in a woman.
I don't think anyone gets anywhere in life without it.
Agreed, darling. Agreed.
And you can see she has subtly pushed Faith. Not like full on shove, but she's using her body weight to just push Faith out of your line of sight.
And Marcellus would note this, and he would step around Hannah and be like, "Now, Faith, please don't be a wallflower. The nightingale is a very powerful bird, and it must come with some characteristics that speak a lot about you. Step out. Tell me about yourself." And he grabs her hand and pulls her towards the dance floor.
And she's, "Well, I do like music. I'm quite an accomplished harpist. It's really my sister that is quite talented, though. Marcellus, she is immediately fixed on your mouth. And you see her mouth.
He would smile at that and actually put a tongue to one of his teeth and say, "Don't worry, darling, I don't bite unless, well." And he smells her. And he's like, "Actually, I might, but let's have a dance first."
She goes. But Marcellus, you do notice she dances. She, unlike her sister who is very eager to put herself, you do notice that Faith does kind of use you to put distance between herself and many other people as well. But she is watching for somebody else in that ballroom.
And Marcellus is in tune to that as well, and he is going to continue waltzing / spinning her around the rooms until he can determine where her eyes fall, who she's looking for.
She's looking for Ada, because you feel her perk and straighten up a little bit when she catches sight of Ada by the punch bowl. Ada is currently cornered by the Ainsworth boy who is talking her ear off.
And he would say, "Darling, Ada de Chevalier,
No. What do you mean?
Honestly, I could tell by your whole stature that there's something going on there. And trust me, she's easy on the eyes and quite fun, and you should see how she drinks."
I don't know what you're talking about. And
Sure you do. And he starts dragging her over there to her.
Oh.
Amazing.
Right? Oh, do we need more?
Oh, so as Marcellus is playing matchmaker, what are some of the other of you doing?
Tethys made a beeline for wherever there's liquor.
That would be in the punch area.
So she's probably standing close by when Marcellus comes marching up.
Yes. So Tethys, Ada follows you to the punch bowl. She has become your little barnacle. There's something soothing about Tethys's just doesn't give a shit attitude. And as you all get punched from the punch bowl, Ada says, well, everyone is here. Everyone. Gosh.
Tethys would be like, yes, unfortunately. And then she'll take punch like a shot and then refill her glass.
It's strong. Tethys, that is more liquor than punch. When they call it punch, they mean punch you in the face.
Punch you in face.
Yes.
Which is why she takes it as a shot.
Live props, everyone. Live props.
Really?
Yes, exactly. Ada also gets herself a nice hefty cup, and as you two, Tethys, she tries to kind of tell you, she's trying to get a look at who is who, and trying to point out people to you, and so, but she does kind of say, is there anyone in particular? I recognize them all, even in their masks. Well, almost all of them.
Who do you not recognize?
She's going to point at a woman in all black, in a feathered cape, with feathered gauntlets. Her face is smeared in ash and something iridescent, and she wears a star crown. She's dressed like a fury. A battered, smoke-ridden fury. And Ada says, I don't know her.
Tethys, she was in the middle of drinking, and I think when she looks over, she'll just kind of stop and linger on that person for a second, and finally be like, I'm not sure we want to.
I'm not sure we do either. How's the punch?
She'll pick up. That's it.
The ain't supposed to make strong drinks. And then just kind of at that moment, as she is looking like she's going to talk to Tethys further, George Ainsworth shows up. He's dressed as a stag.
Stag.
Yes. And I said, hello, George. Hello.
Hi.
And of course, George takes her hand and does the wonderful to see you, how beautiful her costume is. He asks her, how is her family doing? It's been so long since he has last seen her. He hopes she is well. He heard that something, that Laura got kidnapped. He's so glad. And he's talking. And he's talking because he knows as soon as he stops, if he stops, she's going to try to get away. So he's just like a desperate
How
conversation.
tall is Ada?
Ada, I think, is probably about a solid 5'5" or 5'6".
I forget how tall I made Tethys. But if she's taller than her, she's probably looming over her like a big sister. Just kind of like, the fuck you doing here? Let's see. How tall is she? Okay, I have her at about 5'6".
Okay, so they're about the same height.
Yeah.
And Giddy says, oh, where are my manners? It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss...
Tethys.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Tethys. Allie, or Ada, could I... for a dance? They're going to start a new song soon. Ada said, all right. And Marcellus, just as you are arriving with Faith, George takes her off in the other direction. She doesn't even know you're coming.
George, darling. Great. Now I'm stuck with the wallflower.
Allie, what are you doing here?
I think Allie has separated herself a little bit and is kind of strolling the perimeter of the ballroom, and she seems like she's done this before. And she pulls the hood up so it just barely rests over her hairline, and the mask is in place, and it's almost like she's becoming a different person from the normal stick in the mud you're used to. And she's kind of scanning. She's not really introducing herself so much as she is scanning the crowd for anyone or any costume that seems particularly familiar. And if her own costume is catching any particular sort of glances or flashes of recognition or anything like that.
Allie, what is your passive perception?
Pretty high. Let me double check. 16.
Allie, you distinctly feel as though you were being watched. You feel it, the hairs of the back of your neck prickling, the feeling of eyes boring into you with no love for you.
Can she tell who?
As you look around, it's the maid that Marcellus has said has brandished a gun at him.
Oh.
My favorite.
She is there in a nicer dress. She appears to be helping serve. It's a bit unusual for her to be quite so visible.
I think if Allie marks her when she gets a glass of punch or lemonade or whatever's brought to her, she'll raise it in silent toast, like, I've seen you. Acknowledged, kind of, not say anything, not make any other movement towards her, just marked.
She just kind of tilts her head up and looks at you from under her lashes, as if to say, I see you too. It is distinctly hostile.
Oh.
Allie's, she has a very calm facade and she just kind of keeps going.
Allie, as you walk the perimeter, it brings to mind what happens when herd animals get away from their herd. Through sickness, or if they get lost, they are much more likely to be picked out by predators when separated.
Oh no.
The woman dressed as a fury, in her dark cloak of feathers, and the ashes smeared on her face, she almost seems to materialize in front of you. And she offers a hand and says, "Come dance with me, Starlight."
Do I recognize her?
You do not. You have not seen this woman before.
It's a bit unusual, but Allie will accept the invitation.
As she dances, she sweeps Allie onto the dance floor. She closes her hand around yours. Her nails are sharp and like iron and cold. And she looks at you and she says, "Do you think Canuck will protect you here?"
Oh.
He already has.
For now.
Oh.
What is your implication?
I think you know. And I just need to warn you, little Starlight. The net grows tighter and tighter. If you ever feel it choking you, and she turns over her hand and offers you a single silver coin.
Does the coin look like what I think the coin looks like?
It does.
Is that a crazy coin?
Allie is going to kind of nod and smile, but curtsy and back away out of the dance without touching it.
She'll take it back, and as soon as she rolls it over in her hand, it's gone. And she says, "Choose wisely, little cleric. Tonight's party is going to bring the house down."
Bitch. Oh, I had a feeling it might.
This bitch.
This bitch right here,
This bitch with the gold coins. Her crazy coins.
always with the coins.
Right? All the coins. And a moment later, she was swallowed up in the crowd again.
I feel like Pippin. So you know when Laura was like, "Oh, that's the owl lady," or what did she call her? The raven lady?
The scary crow lady.
Crow lady, the scary crow lady. Some bird.
It's a bird.
He would kind of try to find where Laura indicated she would be in the house and go there.
Pippin, you do eventually see her. She is dancing with a. Let me get my notes up. You do see her out there dancing.
I'm trying to decide if I can keep the wig on and keep the mask on, but the wig keeps sliding.
Oh.
I see the scary.
Yeah, so you see her dancing with a man dressed as a ram.
I And then I
It's starting
took
to get
mine
hot.
off.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's getting hot.
I feel like
You're derobing here.
Pippin's going to go out there and be like, may I cut in?
Oh. She looks down at him and she says, "Ah, little fox. Of course. Gideon, we'll dance later. We have all the time." And so Pippin, she holds out her very long, almost clawed hand to you.
Pippin does not love this because he's like, bird of prey, don't
He's
do
dancing with
it.
the
But
bird.
he will stick his paw out and put it in her hand. And she's
Pippin.
still probably much taller than him.
Yes. She.
But
Yes.
go ahead.
I said she probably is clocking in at almost 6 feet.
So Pippin's looking up as they start to dance, and he's actually a wonderful dancer. But obviously, there's a bit of a pairing issue.
And as she waltzes with you, she looks at you quite curiously and she says, "You're a long way from home, aren't you?"
As are you.
Oh, not quite.
Pippin's like, I believe I know who you are.
Do you now? And she leans in, and Pippin, for a moment, it's as if the ballroom is falling away into shadow, and it is just the two of you. And she says, "Who do you think I am?"
Well, you see, I think that you surrounded yourself with the most wealthy people in the town. And I know that medicine does love a good deal.
So I do. So I do. Are you looking to make a deal, little fox?
Pippin's like, no, miss, but I do appreciate the offer. I just thought I might come to understand what it is your interest in this town is.
My interest in this town may become clear to you in time, but you haven't committed. I have no interest in telling you about that for now.
Well, I must say, I am rather committed. Just perhaps not to the same cause.
Clearly, it is quite a shame, the side that you and yours have chosen.
I choose the side of young Miss Laura.
Ah. Little human girl. Such as she is.
I do fear that she's going to get caught in the crossfire of your business here.
Your concern for the child is touching, if misguided.
Misguided? How so? He'll try to get her.
She does not allow him to do so, but keeps the dance going nonetheless. And she says, "I take it you know what is happening in this place."
I believe I have some suspicions.
If you knew the whole story, you would understand. The child can't fight me forever. As children do. She will wear out.
Why do you want young Miss Laura?
Oh, I don't mean Laura.
Who do you mean?
Well, the other child here, of course, the one in the woods.
Ah,
Your
Miss E. Or
dear,
V. What is
dear little Evangeline.
D, yeah. See, I do fear that your fixation on Miss Evangeline could potentially harm Miss Laura.
Little rabbit, I don't care.
Oh.
And he'll, like, as they're dancing, he'll lean in and be like, yes, but this is my warning to you. Perhaps you should.
Oh, Pippin.
Oh shit!
Pippin getting crushed.
And she just laughs and she says, "Dear little rabbit, I don't think you have any room to talk about defending others, do you?"
Pippin's like, we all make mistakes, but it is what we choose to do after them that defines us as people, and you, miss, are a very, very bad person.
So I am. Pippin, whatever you decide to do after your mistake, I hope that you are comfortable with dying as that final act. My little rabbit, the hounds
Pippin,
will be here soon.
Oh shit!
Pippin's like, well, miss, I do hope that you are completely comfortable in me taking you with me.
Such a brave little rabbit. We'll see what happens, won't we? And she whisks you off of the dance floor, and almost instantly, she's gone, as though you were never dancing with her to begin with. No one else surrounds her, or you, reacts to this in any way.
I feel like Pippin, like, chops and, like, stomps his little rabbit. Like,
I love it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Before we go too much farther, I forgot to tell all of you, because of how much mystery solving you did in the last episode, everyone has a point of inspiration.
Woo! Yay!
oh, yay!
And Pippin, I'm going to hang on to one for you later, once you've used your other one, because you have just threatened a goddess. And that took some big rabbit balls.
It sure did. And I
Tiny
was
little
not
pink jelly
playing
beans.
Oh
around.
my
Right.
god!
He's one mad rabbit.
But bless him. Alright. Ray, what are you up to in the ballroom?
Well, first he's gonna get himself something to drink, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, yes. So we are also, sounds like you're also hitting the punch bowl. Ray, the teacups are hilariously tiny in your big hands.
What is this? I should have brought my own drinking utensil.
Love it.
And as he's at the bowl, he's like trying to look over the crowd and see if there's anyone like interesting there, like suspicious.
Let me see. Ray, you see a lot of people in various costumes, but one thing you do notice is it seems as though about 4. You do see about 4 people that are dressed as various colors of chromatic dragons. You do notice that interesting little tidbit.
Don't put that in my head. Don't put that idea of taking a punch bowl in my
I
head.
think he absolutely should take the punch bowl.
Not this early in the night.
Like, perfect, my size.
Just my size.
He's gonna very quietly wander up to the chromatic dragon-looking individuals and say, "Hello, what were you all talking about?"
Just walk up. Hey, what are you discussing?
Super subtle.
It's subtle as an oncoming freight train.
I mean, this is
He's not stealthy. He's too big to be stealthy.
Somebody said he had to sneak. Just, hey, what are you talking
But just
about?
random group of what you talking about? Though I have to say, if someone's
Okay.
going to do it, I
It's-
would expect Ray to do
Yes.
it.
Ray, they all, there's one of them that has broken off a little bit. The white dragon seems to have kind of, was in the process of walking off. But you do see there's a man, a woman, and a younger woman. So the woman who turns around to look at you first, she's wearing the mask of a red dragon. And she does smile. And she goes, "Oh dear, you are quite large."
Oh, that I am.
Yes, I am. She kind of like elbows her husband a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, can we please invite him over, darling? We must have him over." And the man who was dressed as the green dragon goes, "Oh dear, I don't know. I would hate to impose on the gentleman." And she says, "Nope, I won't hear it. I want you to compose for me. I would love to get sketches of you."
Oh.
Oh,
I
Johnny
would
Lee
love
and
to be
French
the
girls.
object of your art.
Oh dear.
Draw me like one of your French models.
Draw me like one of your French Goliaths.
Not the French Goliath.
It was right.
She offers you her little hand and she says, "My name is Joy Collingwood. It is delightful to meet you. I haven't had an unusual model in quite some time. My husband and I, you see, we're both artists. The family, we all value the arts quite well. And I would love to give you my card." And she produces a little card to give to you. She says, "Please do come by and join us for sketching, and of course we'll feed you."
Thank you. I'll have a big appetite.
Oh, I'm sure we can deal with that. And the younger woman who is dressed as a black dragon, Ray, you kind of see her like discreetly gag, but trying not to.
Are they swingers right now? What is happening?
Ray was warned that the Ainsworth parties are.
I don't think this means
Ray just
Ray
got
thinks
picked up
it
by
means-
swingers. That's just what happened, right?
Where's the
He
pineapple?
just got picked up.
And she's, "Oh, let me introduce you. This is my daughter, Eleanor. She is really quite skilled with embroidery. And my son has already walked off. Isaac, where is that boy's brain? Isaac!"
Eleanor chews on her feet a lot.
Yes, this Eleanor also chews on her feet. It's really very unbecoming for a Victorian lady. We just can't make her stop. We've hit her with a newspaper and everything.
Lobotomy, nothing works.
Yeah, nothing works. And she's, Isaac Collingwood. But he's gone. She goes, "I'm so sorry for my son. He's neither here nor there most of the time. But do, please, it's been beautiful to meet you. Please do come see us."
Which, I'm not offended by him leaving. I'm a very imposing fella.
What'd you say, Ray?
He said that he's not offended by him leaving. Like, he's a very imposing fellow.
Oh dear, it's not you, Isaac. He's just always in his own little world, so to speak. I'm sure he hasn't heard a thing any of us have said.
Is that Tevis's friend?
I was about to ask if that was him.
Yes, that is the same Isaac.
How old is he?
Just a second.
I would say he's probably like 23, 24-ish.
Right for the taking.
What do you mean he's not all there? He seems pretty all there
Just
to me.
feeling out my prospects.
Just very shy.
Oh dear, he's always got his head in the clouds and his feet God knows where. Really more of a daydreamer than anything.
But that is fantastic.
I suppose it could be. But, my daughter, Eleanor, of course, why don't the two of you talk a little bit? William, we should go get some punch before there's none left. And she kind of like gives William like a sharp little elbow and like pokes his instep with her foot. He's like, yes, punch. Of course, my dear, my lovely wife, let's go. And Eleanor's just kind of left looking at it, right?
Hello. Eleanor.
Hello, Ray.
And Ray's like really awkward because he's never been to a party before.
And she looks like she's waiting for you to do the correct thing. Like she knows she shouldn't initiate it herself, but she's waiting on you to do it.
I assume you mean asking her to dance.
She thinks Ray is going to ask her to dance. I don't know what Ray thinks is supposed to happen.
Right?
I gotta think about this.
Would Ray know to ask?
Well, I know Bit had some dealings with a rich family, so he would have an idea, maybe, of what rich
Etiquette.
people do. Does she look uncomfortable?
Exceptionally.
Ray's gonna just kind of smile and go, I know you expect me to ask you that. I'm not gonna do that. I know you're very uncomfortable. And I don't want you to have to dance with a giant.
Oh, I don't. It's not because you're a giant at all. Please don't think that. I assure you it's not. We could dance if you were so inclined.
Seems not.
She's like, she sounds like she definitely does not want to.
She definitely doesn't.
Right at that moment, one of the Ellington twins, who is wearing a cuckoo mask, kind of like sweeps by and goes, "I'm so sorry. Can I steal Eleanor from you, Mr.
Giant?
Mr. Giant?"
Right. My name is Ray. Of course, I was telling her that she did not have to dance. I would never force anyone to do anything.
Oh, how chivalrous. Dude, Eleanor, come on. We're going to play games soon. Come on, you like games. Let's go. And she's like, got her, and she's hustling her off.
Are there any tall people at the party?
Tall to you, or like just tall in general?
Yeah, like at least somewhat tall, like within a foot of Ray's height.
No, you are very tall. Because you're what 8 or 9 feet?
Just fucking
Who's the tallest
towering over
person at the
everybody.
party?
I'm
Is it-
pretty tall.
Oh yeah, there's Marcellus. How tall is Marcellus?
I think 6'4".
Okay. Yeah, Ray, so the tallest people that stand out to you are Marcellus, the woman who is dressed as a fury, who appears to be dancing with someone else now, and oh, you do notice, not quite as tall as the rest of them, but still sticks out a little bit, is a man dressed as a wizard.
As a wizard?
Yes, he is dressed in wizard face.
Wizard face.
Wizard face.
It's a very stereotypical, like, presentation of the wizard.
Like Allie would be offended if she saw it.
Probably.
You said the Fury was the tallest one, right?
I think she clocks in at like probably a pretty solid 6.
I'm gonna regret this.
I love it when players say that.
Are there any, like, more private areas that Ray could go to?
Oh, absolutely. There are all kinds of little nooks and alcoves that seem to have a few chairs, or a smaller table with a few chairs, or a little couch. There's a lot of places where people can break away from the general milieu and go sit and have conversations.
I want to find somewhere that Ray can be by himself for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely. The chairs are a little small, but absolutely.
This is a terrible decision.
This is an incredible decision, and I support it fully.
Okay, Ray is gonna cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
Oh lord.
Oh
And make
no.
himself look like the Fury.
Oh no!
Ray!
I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there.
Oh
Let's
No.
just piss up everyone's flagpole. Let's just go ahead and get fed to dogs. Why
Ray? You don't attract the Fury's attention. You get the attention of someone else.
Oh
You get the attention of a dark-haired teenager dressed as a dryad, who comes and sits beside you.
no. Oh. Well, that's not so bad.
You got wood.
And she looks at you and leans forward. Ray, as she leans forward, her eyes turn black. And you come to recognize her as her illusion drops.
Is it E?
It's E.
Oh.
Well,
I am not who you think I am. I know you're E. I'm not who you think I am. I'm here to run reconnaissance.
I don't care what you're doing here. I see who you look like.
Uh-oh. Settle down, E.
Y'all are pissing up everybody's flagpole tonight. That is correct.
And I'm really no offense, but I'm trying to find out what the people at this party know about this lady.
So you've chosen to look like her?
Yes, if they drop their guard.
He just looks at you. She kind of like sits back and looks at you for a minute, Ray. And she says, "That's very unlucky. I would be careful."
What should I be careful? Can you please explain?
And she kind of gestures out at the people dancing and says, "They're going to know. And they aren't going to let you know that they know."
I only need a little bit of time.
You don't have nearly as much time as you think you do. And she runs her hand kind of across the seat of the couch, and the velvet smokes and turns to ash.
Oh shit.
Be careful. And she's gone.
Right.
Dang it, and Pippin wants to talk to her.
Well, then maybe you should turn into
Turn into medicine.
right. Maybe you should turn into medicine then.
I know, I don't know how to do that.
Pippin, I will say, if you want to maybe try to roll perception and see maybe if you saw her there so you can try to track her down again later.
Okay, yes, I love that. Oh, 20.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Yes, Pippin, you explicitly caught sight of what she was dressed as. And a little while later, you do see her walking alone in the garden.
Oh, Pippin's gonna go out to her.
Pippin, as you go out there, you see her. She's running her hands along the bushes on the outside of the house. And the bushes that are already out there are being choked and supplanted by vines that sprout these red, orange, and yellow flowers like flames. Not actual fire.
Does he recognize the blossoms? Are they like fairy in origin at all?
No, these are quite mundane.
Okay. Pippin's gonna just kind of like hop along after her and be like, Miss E.
Missy.
Missy Elliott.
And smiling, no, I can't stand Superfly. Wait, I can't Superfly.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
Super duper fly.
Right? She turns around to look at you and kind of like bends down and puts her hands on her knees so she's more down at your level. Yes.
I have so been wanting to speak with you for some time.
Have you now?
I have, and young Miss Laura thought maybe we should talk to you together, but I don't see any reason why you and I can't have an amicable conversation.
Do we see that? Is that what we see?
You know what? If everybody else wants to roll perception to see if they see what's happening outside the
I
window.
really want to. Because I feel like...
It's perception.
I mean, my
Yes.
perception is a 16. Does that count?
I'm just gonna have you guys roll. We'll see if-
This tiny little rabbit brain, yes.
I don't know how Pippin is gonna get back in the carriage with with balls that size. He's gonna have a separate one.
I can't see what that is.
You wanna show it to me? 16.
16. Okay.
I rolled poorly because I'm drinking. I got an 11.
Oh.
16.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta add stuff to it.
Oh, we gotta add stuff to it. Ray, do you want to see if you notice this? Or are you still busy sitting there pretending to be Maxine?
That is a 22 for Ellie.
Okay. Ray, are you there?
Can you hear us?
Ray is about to do something not smart.
Oh no!
You know, all of the warnings everybody got about
Can-
be careful.
Can Allie see him? Can Allie see Ray?
You're busy looking to see where Pippin is, so no, you don't see shit.
Pippin's ears following you around the garden.
Oh, so Allie, you
And
do
Tempest
see
is
Pippin.
drunk.
Yeah.
So is Marcellus, but he's like, what the is this rabbit doing?
So you
He
both
just laid out some acne birdseed and a giant cartoon anvil.
Two drunkards distracted being
I
stupid.
think Allie is gonna smile and dance and weave her way over to Pippin's side. There's a chance she might get there before he says the wrong.
Well, he's outdoors, so
Oh, okay.
you're gonna have to hustle.
Do I see it?
You do.
At 16?
Yes.
Marcellus would spin Hope around, leave her at the punch bowl, as if like he would spin her rapidly to disorient her, and then he would poof, like leave her,
She's
ghost
like,
her
whoa.
at the
Marcellus is a
table.
walking cartoon.
He's like, what just happened?
Sorry, darling, I've got to play crisis intervention, and he would spin her around and leave. And be like, pivot, like as he's heading outside, Ellie. And he would like catch up with her as she's heading out the front door or towards the garden.
Discreetly, now not making a scene.
I don't think we're doing anything discreetly with the way that rabbit is
Make a
acting.
scene. Everybody go. Stand there. Be quiet.
I feel
Follow
like
in a
Pippin
couple seconds.
is like he kind of hears them, but he just kind of hops up on one of the benches in the garden and like pats it next to him for her to like
He's a-
sit down next to him.
Come into my office.
So as Pippin is trying to get I'm picturing it like that video that went around a while back where it's like somebody like patting the bed to get the cat to sit with them, and the cat just like pats the floor back. And they just kind of do it back and forth. Ray, you said you were about to do something stupid. I want to make sure we get to that. Before I need to figure out like what stupid is happening.
Ray is gonna see if he can find what's her name?
Medicine?
The
No,
crow
not
lady?
that would be really, really dumb.
Just roll up to her looking like her.
Go for it.
Andy?
Twinkies, we wore the same outfit.
You're gonna have.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna.
Ray,
No,
you've not met the Ainsworths. You probably would not recognize them, so you would need to ask. But we're gonna sit on that one for just a second, because I think there's more about to happen outside, and we probably need to see what happens with that before. It'll determine what happens inside. And Tethys, bless her heart, she's just lost in sauce.
Where is Isaac Collingwood, by the way? Oh.
He's probably come to the punch bowl and begun to drink heavily, by the way.
Well,
Well, there goes Tempest.
Tempest and Isaac getting wasted at the punch bowl.
Oh, we'll come back to the inside. Oh boy, man, y'all are killing me. I love it. So Pippin, as you sort of pat the seat for her to sit by you, she crosses her arms and kind of leans on a tree instead. And says,
Pippin's like, oh, okay. And he'll like hop over to her and like sit down under the tree with her. He's like, I mean, I do much prefer the grass outside.
what is it that you want, little rabbit?
Pippin's like, well, you care for young Miss Laura, and I do too.
You do?
I do. I know I've just met her, but I don't know. Maybe it was seeing your connection with her. It reminded me of home, and I'm invested in her well-being, and I believe that she trusts me.
He leans down and she grabs you under your little furry jaw. And she says, Laura, is my friend. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I do think that your connection is valued and important to her. And I have no intention of taking her away from you. But I feel like if the wrong move is made, it might make her life difficult and she could get injured in the process. And neither one of us wants that, right?
I can protect Laura. I don't need your help. I don't need anyone's help.
He's like, just between you and me, I don't like that wretched talon-fingered woman.
She snorts. No, and I don't either. It's her fault. It's
I
all
know.
her fault.
I knew it. And I'm sorry that all of this happened to you, and I want to make it right. But I do think that we must be careful so Laura does not get hurt.
How about you let me handle that? And you mind your own little furry business.
Well,
I don't need
I worry
adults
about
interfering.
you as well, Miss E.
Pippin, she raises her hand and as if she is pushing towards you, and this great gust of wind comes and pushes you away from her. And she says, I don't need your interference. You would do well to remember what I can do to you.
oh.
Pippin just threatened every fucking one.
Pippin's like, but I want to help.
You can't help.
At what point do Marcellus and I get
Probably right about that point. As you both come out, she stands up and looks at both of you, and she's gone just that quickly.
Pippin, are you alright?
He like straightens his coat, and I feel like he looked sad. Like he wanted to help because he does feel like she's in the right, and so he's like, I'm fine, Miss Allie, thank you. And he like straightens his waistcoat and just kind of pulls his mask off. He's so done with this party already.
Oh.
And Marcellus would say, pity, we missed another round of death chess.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to have missed it. I'm very glad you're alright, Pippin.
Remark
What
it.
was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that very well.
Oh, Allie said she's very glad you're alright.
And he's like, thank you, Miss Allie. I do not fear her. I know she's powerful, but she is also rightfully angry.
So I've gathered.
Well, congratulations, nobody died.
That's a win.
Well, Pippin, seems like you're making friends right and left around the party. Maybe, perhaps, you should put the mask back on and pretend to be, I don't know, subtle, like Allie likes to say.
And we have the pot calling the kettle black.
Oh.
Sometimes the pot is right.
Well, I think I'm going to go dance away from this. You can keep each other company, make sure he's alright. I have some sleuthing to do. Excuse me, gentlemen. She's going to go slip back into the door like she was just catching some fresh air.
All right.
Marcellus would take this moment after hearing the dogs and knowing what's up to summon one of his demons.
Ooh! At the party?
Emily.
Emily!
Emily! To guard outside invisibly until we see any signs of danger. And it will be the first barricade.
That demon, as it sits around outside, it is eventually approached by a little spider monkey.
Oh shit. Stupid. Wait, what is his name?
This is Darling.
Yes.
For the record, I think Aurelius was left at the Chevalier house.
Okay.
Seriously, you left your familiar at the Chevalier?
Have you ever known Allie to bring him into danger?
I don't. But seriously, Allie? That's a conversation for another time, darling.
She's already walked away from
That's
you.
also. Yes, I know. You're in danger, but.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Suck it up. I'll summon you back if you go back to hell. But
Also, because you have all the Chevalier family, and if Aurelius goes pop back to Allie, they're gonna know something's happened.
well, just saying. Azazel, you're in danger, and you know that. I mean, you're my minion, so. But Emily, you're going to stay here. Turn invisible. Please guard, and then the monkey comes up, and he's like, "Oh, this ought to be good."
The monkey has apparently somehow escaped Gideon. He's got like his little collar and like the chain, but the chain is not attached to anything right now, and it peels its teeth back so that you can see all of its sharp little monkey teeth, and is like hissing. And if it was a person, it'd be cussing Marcellus a blue streak. But it's just real pissed to see him.
Marcellus says, "Oh, where's your daddy, little guy? You're not so scary. I've seen worse things from hell."
It leaves.
Perfect. What was the monkey's name again? I keep
Darling.
So, it seems we've made friends with Darling, Emily. And Azazel, you're with me. Actually, scratch that. Please follow Allie, since she didn't seem to have the foresight to bring her pet with her.
This is going great.
Which I think
So-
is
Exactly how I planned.
Azazel
fine.
turns himself invisible and is on Allie's coattails as she storms off righteously to go do whatever she's gonna do.
I think Allie is very good at this game. She's all smiles and fan language and like saying everything while saying nothing, and depending on who is paying attention to her, she doesn't refuse any dances. If anybody asks her to dance, she's quite a good dancer.
We're gonna come back to who's dancing with Allie in just a
Okay.
second. But Ray, so you're looking to attract the attention of one of the Ainsworths? Did I hear that correctly?
Oh, and also, I'm sorry, I need to roll a d6 to see how many demons I summon.
We're just summoning all kinds of demons up in the Ainsworth estate. You get a demon, you get a demon. Everybody gets a demon.
Alright, so let me do that real fast. We don't have. Can I use one of your dice?
Yes.
I just need a d6.
6.
D6.
I'm back.
Hello.
Well, that was great.
Just Emily.
How many Emilys? Just one Emily?
Just
Hold on. 1 to 2, two demons rating 1 or lower.
so Emily and a friend.
Emily and
Emily and Thackeray.
there we go.
Emily and Thackeray are summoned to be invisible. Emily! She is not fire retardant. She is.
That's the shit into the stick.
That's just my hell minion is not fire retardant.
Oh.
So Emily and Thackeray are summoned and they're invisible and they're gonna stay there. One is going to stay at the entrance to the Ainsworth house from the gardens. The other one is gonna stay invisible near the main entrance.
Okay. We got some eyes on the ground. Ooh. The one at the front entrance has a relatively uneventful watch, but the one at the garden does hear those dogs again. They don't see them.
Yeah, no shit.
But they
Those
hear
dogs.
those big ass dogs. Or whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Those dogs made from precious metals that are also scary.
You never
maybe?
know.
I don't know.
You never know.
Just saying, there's some precious metals
Somewhere. Somewhere there are. So Ray, did you tell me you were looking to attract the attention of an Ainsworth or two?
I was thinking about that, but I've altered my plan.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Is Medicine still in the middle of the crowd?
You do see flashes of her
Why is
occasionally.
everyone wanting to
What do you
visit
think?
Medicine's black?
They really, really are, though.
Everybody really wants to just.
Everyone wants to piss off Medicine.
You know.
Oh, look, a goddess.
Right. A
Let's
really
make her
evil
angry.
one. Let's just go piss her off a little. Wait, have you poked her with a sharp stick?
That might do it.
That's right. We've already threatened her with death. Now,
Is she like making it obvious who she is as well, so we all know who she is?
I
Or...
mean,
She's-
she's a scary crow lady in the middle of the party.
Oh, that's right. We all
so-
know Scary Crow Lady.
she isn't introducing herself as that way necessarily, but she does nothing to hide her otherworldliness.
And she's wearing the black feathers and everything.
Yes.
So I did like slightly make his plan a little less dumb.
Okay.
He's going to like start moving towards her, and he wants to wait until she looks at him, and then he's going to drop the disguised self. And I don't know what's going to happen up to that point because someone in the crowd could see him.
Mhm.
But
You know what? Yeah. Someone is going to see you, Ray. Let's see who's going to see you. Ray, you were approached by a young woman who is dressed as a cat.
Wow.
Do it.
Huh?
Do it.
Do what?
Your cat noise.
1 hour of D&D cat noises ASMR, right?
I mean, between all of us.
Yeah. So Ray, she stops you. She's a very, very pretty young lady. Heart-shaped face, overflowing brown hair, and she kind of links her arm into yours and says, "It's so good to see you here. We were afraid you wouldn't come."
Bitch.
Who are you?
and he's just gonna
Who do you think you are?
what is he gonna do?
What is he gonna do? You tell me.
He's just gonna shake his head.
Just shake the head.
Just shake the head.
Almost like yes, and then he's gonna try his best to emulate like a fancy, whatever his idea of the deity would sound like. Well, of course. Why would I miss it?
Is that his great deity?
That's his voice.
Wait, is he still?
Well,
Is he still disguised as
No,
Medicine?
he dropped that. But
No way, he's saying he was gonna drop it when Medicine looked at him. He's gotten waylaid. So yep, he still looks like Medicine at the moment.
with his best god impersonation, which is super good.
Ray, I'm gonna have you roll performance for me.
That's an 11.
Oh. The girl inspects you more closely and she says, "Is this some kind of cruel joke?"
Wasn't intended to be.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
I'm glad you do.
Ray is going to touch the drink in his little cup, and he's going to use magical tinkering, which allows him to create a static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. And he's going to make the text rise from the drink to look like liquid, and it's going to say, "No, it is a test."
Roll persuasion. Let's see if you can trick Thomasina.
You have
Oh,
inspiration.
I got an 18.
Woo! And she says, "Of course, a test. So sorry. Have you found the party to your liking thus far?"
He should say, "Of course."
Got some magic 8-ball shit going on over here.
Right? Magic tinker.
Right. And she says, "Well, might I get you anything?"
He's gonna change the words to say, "Fetch me my payment."
And she'll say, you might wish to speak with my parents about that. I'm afraid I have no access to that. I would serve you in other ways, but
And he's gonna cut her off with text, and it's just gonna say, "No, you get it."
She goes, of course,
It's
of
gonna be
course.
like newer and bolder.
She goes, of course. I will return presently. And she's off. She is
Words.
hightailing it.
She said words.
Marcellus is gonna want to try to intercept Darling before it gets to the Ainsworth George.
How are you intercepting Darling?
However I can. I'll kill
wait.
that little bastard monkey if I have to.
Are we like bare hands in it, or are we at least gonna try to throw something over the monkey?
I will eat that fucking monkey if I have to.
I'm about to turn some monkey hat into a fanny pack.
I'm about to eat some fucking monkey if I have to, is all I'm saying.
I can't hear Kurt again.
Curtis
I'm
threatening
just
to eat the
going to
monkey.
say that I am going to eat that freaking monkey Darling as an interception if I have to stop him from getting back to the Ainsworth. So, just saying. Marcellus sees him get pissed off and run back, and he tells his demons to stop and stay here, and he's intent to spider climb, whatever he has to do. He is going to get to that monkey before it gets to the Ainsworth.
Fantastic.
How are we gonna roll for this? Is this athletics? What do you do to catch a monkey? What role is that? Athletics, acrobatics?
I would say athletic.
Yeah. Let's. Marcellus.
It's gonna be Dex face because a monkey is very small and very agile.
What are we doing? Rolling.
We're gonna roll athletics.
Oh, come on. Yes. Oh no, this is not good. And can I take my inspiration?
Absolutely, whenever you would like
And what does
to.
that mean? I can roll twice
Uh-huh.
and take the higher of the two? 14?
Okay.
Come on.
You catch it.
Awesome.
But I do have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to
I caught
Azazel,
the monkey.
when it comes to Azazel, can Azazel see in here what you can see in here, and vice versa?
Yes, now that I have my chain master, but he is with Allie right now on her coattails because she's stormed off righteously.
Oh, I'm not worried about what he can see.
Oh.
Huh?
I had questions for another reason.
Oh. Sneaky. Okay, crow lady. Give me your best hit me with your best shot.
She's over here playing with her nails like Dolly Parton.
Right? I just remembered this is a thing that can
I'm a
happen. Marcellus, you catch that fucking monkey.
Hell
You
yeah, I do.
like get your hand on that chain,
And I'm
it can go
gonna
on.
eat him. I'm actually going to drain this monkey of its blood. I'm going to try.
Marcellus, when you bite this monkey, it tastes of bile and hellfire.
That's okay. I'm gonna keep eating.
It doesn't taste the way a monkey should.
That's okay. That's okay.
Woo!
I mean, Marcellus is made of hellfire,
Reaches one hip.
Inside out, you psychopath.
but it's not gonna get away with any helpful information. I hope someone can heal me. I'm eating this monkey.
Oh, God's sake.
I don't think anybody could have called Marcellus Eats a Monkey as part of the
Listen, I
I didn't see it coming.
I was ready for political intrigue. I was ready for flirting. I was ready for drunken antics. I was not ready for threaten medicine, threaten E, or try to have a conversation with E. Pretend to be medicine. And now we're eating the fucking monkey.
I mean, to be fair,
the other thing.
you
One
say-
is getting drunk and the other is not done much yet.
I was about to say, don't rule out drunken hijinks or flirting just yet.
I got 4.
I'm gonna have to give me a second to think about what's about to happen to this man.
Oh,
You
no.
need to calm down for a little.
He's gonna choke on a bone.
Fish!
There's like just a monkey-shaped bone in his throat, and he's
Just as a
choking
crowd
on it.
all the way
I got
down.
a 4.
Marcellus,
And I'm about to eat burning monkey.
you immediately throw up everything you have had. Like, it's quick. Like, it comes down, it comes up, does the hokey pokey, you shake it all about.
I'm puking and running, people. Puking and running.
Yeah, it burns you. You are going to take, I need a d20.
No!
Yes.
Why is this not a normal monkey? Why can't I eat anything in this dimension?
And you can eat plenty of things, just not that monkey.
Apparently, or anything in the forest, or anything ever.
Why does he want to eat all the forbidden things?
I don't
Why can't
know.
you just eat regular people like a normal
I
person?
mean, you allowed him to make this character.
I did, and I'm loving it. Like, I'm scolding him, but I'm loving it. I'm scolding out of
I
pure
have
love.
not been successfully able to vampiric bite anything.
Well, we'll make it. We'll put it on the to-do list, but you're gonna take 11 points of fire damage.
Ow!
So your mouth is burnt. You have puked all of this up, and Marcellus, you're looking rough right now.
And I'm like, my god, I didn't realize monkeys tasted so bad.
And where you see the fallen monkey, the illusion on it falls. It was an imp.
Oh, I ate an imp.
Yep.
Marcellus is like, sorry, Azazel. Well, now I know that you're never on the menu.
Mm-hmm. And do you recall when I asked you if Azazel could see and that seeing and hearing of Azazel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the monkey's master is quite upset now.
I don't care.
Why am I not even surprised that he doesn't
Familiar
care?
can always bring it back with
Well, yeah, but that's not the point.
I'm still trying to bite this monkey. I'm not letting him
Are
go.
you still eating it?
I'm gonna try.
Is it dead
Really?
yet?
I don't care.
Are you
Did
gonna
I
bite it a
roll
second
damage?
time?
Is it
Like,
dead yet?
Yeah, it's dead.
Is he dead?
Yes.
Good, I killed the monkey.
Yes.
Okay,
Bite-
perfect.
Are you biting it further, or are you?
No, as long
Okay.
as he's dead, I don't care if that owner's mad.
Okay. Well, nobody approaches you about it. You notice.
Good. And they shouldn't. Because my mouth is burned and they don't want to cross me when my mouth is burned. I'm being subtle, right? Allie, subtle. This is subtle.
She's not there.
No, she's
I know
not.
she's not, but I'm telepathically communicating to
That
Azazel.
doesn't work that way.
He's sitting
But
there with
Azazel can speak. So,
Allie, he's invisible. Allie doesn't know he's there.
well, she's about to.
Glad to hear from Azazel.
I'll be like, Allie, plot thickens, darling. I just tried to eat the Aidsworth imp, who was a monkey, who wasn't a monkey, who was an imp. And, do you have any breath mints?
Can you? What do you have?
Did you just use your imp to ask for a breath mint after eating a hell
What spell are
monkey?
you using to talk to her?
Because Azazel could speak, but I can telepathically
But Allie
communicate.
doesn't speak infernal.
But he can speak anything.
Can
Right? Yeah. Hold on, let me check, but I'm pretty sure he can because
Because he hasn't up till now. I just thought he spoke infernal.
he just hisses and spits normally, but I can send messages, I think, with my chain.
Like you can tell
Master.
him things.
Oh yeah.
But the
Max,
question
she
is,
lets you
can
speak
he
through your
relate-
creature.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
okay,
can speak
that's-
through it.
That's what I didn't know.
Which that has changed recently, so that's why. So he would say, I'm sorry, oh, that monkey tasted really bad, darling, but do you have a breath mint? Because also, we might be in trouble. Can you come help me? I think I need
Less
some,
importantly.
I think I need some crisis intervention here.
Is this also still invisible?
Still invisible, telling you that.
So she's gonna tilt her head towards where she hears him and go, I don't have time for this right now.
Too late, darling, too late.
Yes, we can wait. Other things cannot. And she's gonna like keep her face like calm, like nothing's happened. She's just kind of like pepping herself up, like so nobody trying to like hide that she was talking to something.
I freaking hated that monkey, by the way. And it tasted terrible. Who knew
So-
I was going to try to eat the monkey, but here we are.
I'm so glad my makeup already looks like I've been It's pre-cried in. I broke it in before the session and didn't even know why.
Amazing.
So Marcellus, I am going to say that this interaction happens outside, just to help you out a little bit. So we've got
Good, because I thought he was outside anyway.
yeah. So as you are coming back in, you do run headfirst into Ada, who is fleeing George Ainsworth.
Oh, Ada. Fancy meeting you here.
What the fuck happened to you?
Well, I mean, I'm fine, but well, kind of fine. My mouth is a little burned. You wouldn't happen to have a breath mint, would you?
I have schnapps.
Okay, that'll do. Peppermint schnapps. Perfect. We're gonna do a shot, and by the way, I just ate, what is his name?
His
Ainsworth.
name was Darling. Oh no, Gideon.
I just ate Gideon Ainsworth's monkey darling. It tasted terrible. It actually was an amp. But I think we might have put a little damper on this evening's festivities because I think as soon as Gideon finds out that I literally ate his monkey, he's not going to be as enthralled with me as I thought he was.
Ada just she's taking it in. You to her credit. She's
Do you need a shot too, darling? And he pours her one too.
She takes so what she does is she pulls the schnapps out as a flask. She's got a flask like up her boot, and so she you start to drink from it. She snatches it back from you and chugs like a good solid half of that flask before she gives it back. And she said, "You know, I don't know what to say about this other than holy shit."
I know, don't say it too loud. It's fine.
It's not fine.
Have more schnapps. I have two people.
Why does he have an
people loosely. Yes, well, I have bigger ones, and both of them.
Mine's bigger.
Mine's bigger, and they're both watching outside just in case. And never mind that. But I did eat his monkey.
Are you drunk?
A little bit. Did you try that punch? I'm not even kidding.
No, I don't drink the punch here.
I don't blame you.
Marcellus,
Yes,
you look dead.
I am dead.
No, I mean, you look worse.
Worse than dead. Yeah, I know my mouth is critically burned right now, and I am dead. Again. Well, I don't want to die again.
Just shut up. And so she reaches into another part of her boots and hands you a healing potion. And she goes, please just chug it.
Perfect. Oh, this is way better than peppermint schnapps. And he takes it. What does that heal me for?
Because I don't feel like trying to look it up in these nails, we'll just say it gets rid of the burn damage, the visible burn damage. I am dead. Oh, she just kind of shakes her head and she goes, what is happening here this night?
You've got me, darling, but the Ainsworths know how to throw a party.
The Ainsworths shouldn't have an imp.
I know. That's why I thought it was biting a monkey.
Oh, I don't want to have this conversation with my family.
Well, look, you're coming with me. We're gonna
No,
investigate the
no,
rest of this
what?
house.
No,
Yes,
no,
you're coming with
no.
me, Ada? And it grabs her hand. He's like, you owe me this.
I don't owe you anything.
Yes, you do, darling. Come on, come with me. And he is dragging her up the stairs to investigate the rest of the house.
She's like, we can't come up here during the party.
It's fine.
It's
And he
not fine.
casts I don't know. He's gonna cast something to cause a distraction somewhere else. Let me see. Give me just a second.
I love that this is all happening and Allie knows it's happening and she's just in the party trying to maintain the
Allie
facade.
said, we're done.
Marcellus casts a flock of bats with infestation.
All of my plans out the window.
Actually, I'm sorry, it can't be bats. It's gonna be mites, fleas, or other parasites. So it's gonna be, we're gonna say moths for flavor.
Yes.
So he casts a flock of moths into the ballroom to disrupt everybody while he and Ada head up the stairs.
No stealth whatsoever.
No stealth. I'm healed. My mouth is done burning. I ate a monkey. Everything is fine. We're going
Good.
upstairs.
Marcellus, you do see, as you were heading up the stairs, if you look back, you do see Medicine. She catches one of the moths and just crushes it in her hand.
Well, she seems nice, doesn't she? Let's
He was like, this isn't this is not worse than dancing with George, but oh my god.
Yes.
She's trying to put the brakes on you, Marcellus, and she's...
I realize that, and he is ignoring it woefully after getting his mouth burned. He's like, well, I'm not going to try to eat her.
Where do you think we're going in this house?
I don't know, but we'll find something. We've got to figure out what else is going on here, and you're coming with me.
Why am I coming with you?
Because you were here, and you gave me a healing potion, and now you're here.
It's like feeding a stray cat.
It sure is, but you didn't clip my ear, so here we go.
It do be like that sometimes.
It's fine if it'll make you feel better. I'll sleep on your feet later.
Jesus, I think I've suffered enough tonight.
I don't weigh that much. Come on. Just like dragging her up the
It's
stairs.
just, we're not going to find anything on the second floor anyway.
How do you know this is where all their quarters are?
I mean, it is, but why would it be where they sleep?
It doesn't matter where they sleep, but certainly they keep notes or something. We're looking.
Listen, my mother doesn't keep all of her business where she sleeps.
Where does she keep it?
On the third floor, laboratory.
Okay, then we're going to the third floor.
We are going to get caught! And how am I going to explain it? Because
They're
you don't
busy
want
with moths, and I'm going to, if we get caught, I'm going to lunge at you like a beast in heat, and you're going to play along, and we're going to be looking for a private room. Now, come on.
I need to roll Constitution for Ada for this
I was gonna say charisma save.
Christmas save. Boy. Okay, she got a 17. That's not terrible.
Okay, she's coming with me.
Yes. So she pulls off her mask and like stuffs it in her pocket, and she stops and she points a finger at him and she goes, "You need to slow down."
Are you kidding? Right now,
No.
I just ate a demon monkey.
Did it get you high? We can't just throw ourselves headlong into shit. You've got to be
And
quiet.
look, they're busy. And then there's that crazy woman down there that just crushed one of my moths. Do you really want to hang out with her, or do you want to come with me?
I mean, yes, I would rather do whatever this is with you rather than hang out with George.
Or not George. What about creepy crow lady downstairs?
I'm not antagonizing her. She hasn't spoken to me.
I don't think we need to antagonize her. Did you see her?
Who is she?
I don't know. Do you know?
No, she's not
Okay.
somebody from the village.
Exactly. Did she look like she was ready to share finger foods with you? You're coming with me.
When you said finger food,
She was.
No. It's just, Marcellus, you just need to be more careful. All right,
I keep hearing that, but look, I'm still here, so...
for now, I don't want you to get hurt and die. Or die.
Again? Die again?
Yes.
Look, it's a low bar for me, honestly, and I don't think I'm getting any votes. So, we're going investigating.
You know you don't understand. I'm responsible for all of you. I'm
No,
being
you're not.
serious.
Look, you have your family right here. Everything is gonna be fine.
No, that's not enough.
Well, it's gonna have to be. You're coming with me.
I'm gonna kill
Well, if we get out of here, you can. Again. But I'm just telling you.
you. Well, at least move more slowly. Stop looking like you're in a hurry. We can't just go running.
Should we dance? And then he grabs her and starts like trying to walk with her on the balcony as they're going up the stairs.
She is a good dancer, shockingly, now that she's like got her hackles up and is a little mad. She's not as awkward, and like she pauses you mid-dance and she's like, and she pushes you as if she's gonna lead this dance.
And he lets her lead, and he's like, ooh, Kiki, lady in charge.
She's just
It's fine if you want to be the top, Ada.
she just raises an eyebrow and she goes, it's fortunate for you I've had so much liquor already.
And they keep, it is Ada, right?
Yes.
Okay. And they keep like waltzing up the stairs as they're going to the third floor where like the bedrooms are, and he's like letting her lead.
Mm-hmm. And she shockingly does once they get up, and she's like, all right, we just need to be methodical about this because we are on a limited time frame.
Perfect, now you're speaking my language.
She snatches at his dress
She
shirt.
just wants to get out of this alive.
Yes, she does. She's like, fuck it.
And he's like, I'm also fluent in French. And then he like licks his lips a little.
Oh my
I
god.
haven't had a French lesson in years, Marcellus. I don't even remember.
We can start now.
She looks and she like makes like a motion like at his tongue when he like goes to his lip. She's like she's gonna try to get a hold of him. She's like, we're gonna have a serious discussion about how to explore somebody's house quietly. One day. All right, go.
Go. Okay, you search this room. I'm searching the one across the hall. We'll meet back soon as we're done.
As soon as we're done,
And then we're moving to the next ones.
we'll talk about that. Meanwhile, down at the punch bowl.
The rest of us downstairs.
Not a clue as to what is happening upstairs. Isaac does come to the punch bowl, and he looks happy to see you. And he is, of course, dressed like in full white dragon, like a white dragon inspired costume. Very nicely embroidered suit. He's got the full mask with the horns. He looks thoroughly exhausted with everybody's shit already. Like he's like hitting that punch bowl. Hey guys, I hope the party has been to your liking so far.
Tethys will probably be taking a drink as he says that, and she'll like swallow what she has in her mouth and say, "Oh, it sure has been entertaining, that's for sure."
Certainly, he kind of like does it like a moth away and like picks one out of the punch bowl. It seems there's quite a lot of forces at work here tonight.
You don't even know the half of it, and she'll just kind of rub her forehead for a second, and then she'll like, anyway, you clean up nice.
I have been told that. You're looking quite nice as well. An Elven Ranger.
Tonight, anyway.
Ah, and other nights.
What are you wearing? Those other nights. Do you need to go to the third floor too? I'm just asking. There's
Wouldn't
plenty
it
of
be
rooms
so
up
damn
here.
funny if that's how they got caught?
I mean-
was by Isaac and Tethys going up there?
Isaac and Tethys go to the third floor. Ada and Marcellus are up there doing their thing.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's about the worst.
Tetsy.
idea.
She, I think as he says that, she's actually starting to take another drink and she kind of chokes a little bit.
He goes, oh, sorry. Are you quite well?
She'll cough a couple times and be like, no, don't worry about it. And she'll be like, how about you? How have you been feeling lately?
Well, he just kind of makes a, well, sort of hand gesture. It comes and goes.
Comes and goes. Interesting. Short words.
My father did a lot of that.
I'm more interested in the coming part of that equation.
Whoa. Out of control.
Fly and play.
Out of control.
Tethys. Have some more punch.
Have some more punch. Go to the third floor.
Say.
I can just hear Marcellus in his head, like trying to send messages like, come to the third
There's
floor.
like a vacancy sign flashing on the third floor. It's like we run by the hour.
Oh my god.
I blame you.
Emily, plug your ears.
This is my fault. It's great.
Tethys would, I think she might ask him to dance.
He would look quite delighted and say, of course. And he'll sort of take the following position with you if you'll let him.
Oh yeah, she will.
She leads.
Yeah.
She's the top. Tethys is power top.
Who would have called that?
Waltzing power top over here.
Oh,
It's
man.
that red hair.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Red hair.
And Tethys, as you waltz with Isaac, he says, I hope you will take care tonight.
Any particular reason why?
The night feels crowded, electric, terrible.
Well, the crowded part I certainly understand. And she kind of like glares at everybody else.
I mean, with unseen guests.
Unseen.
It's best that you don't see them.
I think it would look like a light goes off in her head. She goes, yes. Well, then let's focus more on each other, shall we?
It would be my pleasure, Miss Tethys. And he kind of gives you a little, almost wolfish grin.
Oh, she'll grin back at him.
Third floor.
I cannot with you in the third floor.
Tethys, I will say that as you dance with him, you do notice him begin to flag suddenly rather quickly, and a little trickle of blood comes out of his nose.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He kind of stops his I am so sorry. And we need to find somewhere quiet for a moment.
You're one hell of a dancer. You
She'll-
fundamentally got a
Gave a guy a
nosebleed.
nosebleed on the first date.
She'll look very concerned and be like, oh, well, I mean, I can't leave you alone. Let's go find somewhere that's quieter.
I would deeply appreciate it.
His blood pressure was super high.
Tethys, as you two go to find somewhere quiet, he does seem inclined to go up. He wants to get away from the crowd.
I bet you do.
As you walk away, Tethys, you see the scary crow lady is watching him intensely as he goes.
She will glare at her.
Man, we really like this nice flagpole tonight. I love it. Allie, you are dancing as well. Let's see who you're dancing with. Let me get my notes.
NPC roulette.
Yep. I love them. I have to do with these things. Let's see. Who? Here we go. You end up dancing with the gentleman who is dressed like a stereotypical wizard. You sort of get passed off to him in a dance.
The switch partners thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And he says, what a lovely costume.
Thank you. Yours isn't too bad itself.
Oh, third floor.
Everybody going to the third floor.
Stop moving out there.
Oh, Lordy Lou. Lordy Lou. He gives you a little bow, and he says, my name is Lysander Hambleton. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Indeed, I've heard quite a bit about your family.
Have you?
Well, not so much as in details, but more that you are one of the families of the area.
One of the oldest families of the area, as it would stand. He looks quite proud of this.
So you would be well versed in the history of this space.
I would. As I stand to inherit my family's fortune. And their estate, of course. It would be becoming of me to know the history of our family.
I'm a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to history.
Are you now?
Indeed, one of my favorite studies.
And do you have interest in the history of the town?
History of the town, history of the area in general.
Mm-hmm. It is a troubled area. We hope to eventually bring order and law back to it.
I don't suppose you have any inkling on what caused the order and law to depart in the first place?
Well, it would depend on who you ask, of course.
In your personal opinion.
It is simply a wild area that knows not enough civilization. Everyone here is hesitant to build, to expand the town. I think with more civilized human presence, we might beat back the wild and savage forest.
Overcome the interlopers with numbers.
Of course, bringing civilization to the whatever's out there.
Well, I can't say that it's worked successfully in the past. Student of history, you know.
Of course. But they made a fatal mistake in Greater Rowan. And we don't aim to repeat it.
To avoid the mistakes of our ancestors, one must know the specifics of the mistakes that were made.
Of course. He makes no effort to tell you.
I don't suppose you might make time to speak further on the topic.
Would you like to come and visit our home?
Only if I'm welcome. I'd hate to be in a position.
Oh, you shall be incredibly welcome.
Good to know. I do like to make friends.
He grins, and it is a twisted, predatory grin. I do so love friends myself.
One never knows when a friendship might be mutually beneficial.
Of course.
And as it is, you know what I seek. What sort of aid might I lend you in yours?
He considers this for a long moment. And then he says, that may be determined in time.
So you know, I don't generally deal in favors. I prefer to deal in specifics.
I am aware, but this is a lovely party. Why so serious? Why so much business?
Darling, do you really think I'd show up thus if I wasn't willing to do business?
Oh,
Whoa.
Allie. Baldly.
Oh.
Get out of the way, Pippin.
Alright.
Allie's got some balls too.
It's her turn.
I've got the biggest balls of them all.
It's her turn on the testicles.
We've got the balls.
She's got big balls.
He's got big balls.
I mean, this was a very calculated maneuver on her part.
And he says, if we can determine your ability to be discreet, perhaps we might call in some favors in return for whatever you would ask of us.
All right. I'll let you check the history books. I'll give you 20 years to find any of my activity.
20 years. I'm afraid humans have to move a little faster.
No, I mean, darling, that you won't see this particular persona make an appearance in the last 20 years.
Is that so? He doesn't seem to catch the significance of it.
She clocks it. Well, perhaps you're not quite all I thought you were then.
What?
Allie, as you start to move away to dance with another partner, he grabs your lower arm in a way that hurts. And he says, I would not underestimate the Hambleton household, little elf. And then lets you go.
She kind of smiles a little bit and goes, oh, I never said I underestimated anyone.
Pissing up. That's going to be the name of this episode when you post it on YouTube. Pissing up everybody's flagpoles.
It's how to piss off every single person at the party in 10 words or less.
But
Pissing
as he
off
moves
people for
away,
dummies.
she might like just very gently grab the edge of his sleeve. But mutual arrangements could still be strong.
Perhaps. And he ends it there.
She'll turn to whoever's next.
Oh.
So, and I imagine while she's trying to have this conversation is when Azalza was going off in her ear.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this 10:18.
Do we can keep going if we want to, or if anybody has to leave, that is okay too.
I know I need to leave soon.
I probably do too.
Okay. That is all right.
Do you guys each want to turn first before you go, or?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's okay. I'm not sure what else Pippin's gonna do. He already kind of threatened to go.
Pippin has done plenty.
Yeah, he marked off his little things for the night.
Top that for the evening.
It's incredible. Well, I will say before we...
Maybe he shouldn't top that for the evening.
So I will say, as everyone is getting in position, you all do hear the call. It's time for games from downstairs. And that's where we're going to pause.
Whoa!
Games.
Games.
Did
Play
anybody?
poison the guests and feed them to your dogs. Yay.
Oh.
Yay! Time to make dog food.
Did anybody
We
else?
call this game ALPO.
Oh my god. Not dog food.
OMG. Well, thank you all for an incredible session. I laughed, I cried.
Right. She
Inside
almost
and
laughed.
outside.
Cried because you laughed.
Yes, you know.
Did anybody else almost clock Allie, or is it just the maid?
So far, it has been just the maid and Tethys.
Okay.
Well, thank you all for a lot of fun and a great session. And I don't know, what do we do?
Can we keep
Yes.
investigating if we wanted to?
Yes, if you, so depending, if some of the games that I had planned, the parlor games are probably, we can make them work with people who are online, but they will also probably work better with the people that are here. So we can absolutely say that Ray and Pippin we will find something for them useful for them to have been doing. And while the people who are up on the third floor and everybody else can play some Victorian parlor games.
I was gonna say Pippin might leave the party and go ahead and start setting up for the Hallowfest thing.
Okay. So we're...
That's fine. You just stir up some shit and leave, Pippin. That's fine.
And perhaps Pippin has taken Ray with him so that we can get
And
some
Ray
work done.
went ahead and doppelganged the most evil person in the room. So
Yes.
sure, it's fine. You guys just leave. It's fine.
Stir up shit.
We'll be totally fine.
Because
You
I
guys.
eat the cursed monkey.
Yeah.
I eat a cursed monkey. You pretend to be an evil goddess, and then Pippin, you threaten another evil thing. So great, we're good. You guys should just
I am
go.
kind of curious to see what happens with what Ray did to the one lady, where he ought to go fetch his.
I need a little bit of time to think about that punishment, mister. I gotta go put some holes in that karma paddle so it'll go swinging through the air a little bit harder.
Oh god, I'll tell you in a second.
So we will prepare all karma paddling for those who are not who are fucking around and leaving everybody else to find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Yes, but all right, we will commence with the games.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I'll
remember
see
that.
you later.
Okay, bye
Okay,
y'all.
bye, guys.
See you guys later. It was fun.
Bye.
Yes. Again.
Yes, so I've got my notes for how to play these games. So let's take 5 and then let's come back and we are going to play some sickly Victorian children games. Oh, all right. So we have 4 people on the 3rd floor. Most of the moths have been evacuated. They threw some old clothes out and there they went. I'm kidding. No, they did eventually get them out.
We just had a pantry moth infestation at my
Yes.
house, so I kind of know what you
Oh,
mean.
moths.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're terrible.
Terrible.
They're
I did that.
terrible. What?
Marcellus
Oh,
did
yeah.
that.
Oh,
With the moths.
In my house?
In this house?
You bitch.
Not in my house. Not in my backyard utensils. Go back to China. Biddy bong. Now leave the face.
Out of control.
Allie, you do eventually, sort of as the couple's turn, you do get swept into a dance with Gideon, whose face is stormy with anger. But he's trying not to show it. He does dance with you very politely.
Gideon does?
Yes.
Gideon.
Oh, Allie. Meat for the beast.
To be like, this is quite the feat to put everything together on such a short notice.
I do have a lovely and capable wife
Indeed.
and adequate staff.
I shall have to congratulate them.
Of course, I shall have to introduce you to my wife later.
I look forward to it.
What's the issue? What's
Are
the
you alright?
Why's everyone?
Of course, why do you ask?
You just seem a bit like you're not having as much fun as I would hope a host would have at their own party.
Oh dear, I must make sure everyone else is having fun. We did very recently lose a dear pet of the family.
How does he know? How does he know? Because he's connected, but
Why do you think I asked you about his also?
I know, but it's a thing.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear!
Oh dear. Great. Oh
Lost what
dear.
she was going to say.
Oh dear!
I'm so sorry to hear it. I know that can be quite jarring and unpleasant, and the pain lingers quite some time, doesn't it?
It does. I'm afraid it shall linger for many people for quite some time.
You have my condolences. If there's anything I can do for your during your loss.
It is much appreciated, but you should have fun and enjoy yourself at the party. We have many esteemed and honored guests that I hope you will meet.
I have already made the acquaintance of a few. I do thank you for including me in the invitation.
Of course, Marcellus was quite insistent.
Yes, it would be.
Me, good old me.
Do you happen to know where he is at the moment?
Don't you dare, by the way.
She's kind of scan the room and go, I had thought he was trying to talk to a woman dressed in black feathers, but I haven't seen him recently.
Good play. Allie, good play.
And Gideon just kind of makes a little face and he goes, well, I hope if he does find her, the conversation is productive.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine he had something to achieve by asking for this event in the first place. I don't really know what his plans are. It doesn't exactly make the most sense where I'm concerned.
Sometimes gentlemen do obscure their intentions. I hope you will forgive us for it.
It's the shade. Now I'm gonna turn off my light.
Well, I suppose if he makes as much nuisance of himself as he seems want to do, I can expect a very pretty apology later.
Bus Marcellus. Allie
Bus ride. That's fine, I'll sit in the back.
Involuntary bus ride.
Oh,
I think she knows just enough to know that Marcellus pulled some shit.
She's like, oh
And not
God.
exactly what it was.
did he do?
And she's trying to read Gideon as he talks to try to play, because she used to do this for a living.
Mhm.
Read the person, say what they want to hear.
But Allie did hear everything that he did from the imp. So
So she has a very good idea.
Yes.
But also it's read Gideon and say what he wants to
Uh-huh.
hear.
Mm-hmm.
say what he wants to hear. Keep the lie up. Keep the lie up.
Yep. So, Allie, he will ask you, so have you had a chance to meet one of our esteemed guests, the lady in black, as you refer to her?
Esteem.
Very briefly at the start of the party. I don't think I held much interest for her.
Her tastes are particular, but she is a very fair woman.
Mm.
I gathered she is the sort who knows what she wants and knows who can get it for her. And my talents were not quite in line with...
That is most unfortunate. I would not have guessed.
No?
No.
Really, what would you have guessed?
Ah, well, perhaps I should not say.
You did bring it up.
I did. Please forgive me.
Oh,
Might be a bit forward.
the shutdown.
Well, it is up to you to share. I won't pry. But I'm all ears if you decide otherwise.
Oh, ears. He just kind of look at your ears and go, ah, indeed.
Mm.
Before you are sort of passed to the next person's dance with. And rather unfortunately for you, you get passed off to Angelina Ellington, who immediately seizes you in her grasp and
Oh dear.
is talking your ear off.
Is
about
this
the
one of
party
those
scene.
parties where everybody's just dancing with everybody?
Yeah, there's no particular only
It's a
men and women
swingers
together.
party.
It's where you are on the dance floor the moment the music changes.
Yes, and you were caught by this woman. Oh, that's the cauldron making that noise.
Okay.
I was like, is there a fan running?
It is. Yeah, it keeps bubbling and spitting.
I love it. Hissing and spitting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna not picture that now when we're talking about but Angelina Ellington has she's sort of giving you the rundown of all the parties to come, and of course I hope you'll be at this one, and I hear you're a guest at the Chevalier Estate. Oh, how exciting for you! They are such unusual people, and we are going to be hosting, and the Bancrofts will be hosting, and of course the Collinwoods are going to be having their. It just on and on and on.
And Ellie has the talent of being able to listen and go, yes, of course. Oh, I look forward to it. Oh, you don't say. The whole time while also keeping an eye on the bar.
Yes. You do get the sense that the Bancrofts do host some kind of hunt. And she says it's quite a big to-do. They get all of the worst beasts.
From where, darling?
Well, now you didn't hear it from me, but they do have some very intimate ties with hunters of all breeds. Monsters.
So, do we... Now, this is quite fascinating. I was under the impression that not very many people left the town.
Oh, the hunters bring them to us. We don't even have to leave. That is the best part.
So this all takes place on our property, then?
It does.
Oh.
It's quite a feat of engineering, really. Last year they had quite a fun one, you see. It's always best the ones that talk.
Oh? Certainly piqued my interest. I would like to see this.
Oh, there's nothing like hunting something with human cunning.
Oh.
Oh!
There's certainly nothing like matching wits with someone who's your equal or better.
Well, I wouldn't call them better.
Oh. Saucy.
Out of curiosity, you seem like a woman who knows everything
I
about
told you we were
everyone.
going to be
Of
talking.
course.
It's about to be a Soylent Green situation.
I had heard some rumors, and you'll have to tell me if it's true, or if it's just like a children's story people say to throw newcomers off. I couldn't quite tell if it was a joke that was being had on me, or if it was something I should pay attention to.
Oh dear.
I had heard stories about something more mechanically inclined.
Oh, the Ainsworths do indeed have an automatic sword.
Really?
Quite impressive.
That bitch with the gun.
Really quite a feat of engineering.
Are they here today? I would very much like to see such a thing.
I do believe they are going to bring him out later.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah.
is this something they've commissioned specially for the party?
Oh no, dear, he's been here for quite some time. I'd say the last 7 years or so, come to think of it.
Oh,
7 years. The
7
rain.
years.
It's the rain.
so he's like a special event.
Yes, quite.
Oh dear.
Not made quite in the usual way as the other automatics, of course, but close enough.
As the other... There's more than one Tauntaun in this town.
Oh dear, no, not that I'm aware of.
And she's gonna keep, like, I imagine
Yeah.
the conversation is a lot of the, well, you must tell me about your dress, and then slipping in the, oh, what is so interesting about Ben? Like I don't know that face. Who are they? Slipped in with the, oh, your daughter's so very accomplished, and like every, like, if this woman's gonna talk, Allie's gonna say everything she can to get her to spell.
To keep her talking.
Allie, she does talk, but you do note she is also being careful as well. She gives the appearance of just, just laying all her laundry out, but it is by far not.
Is there anything that they hit on where she immediately changed the subject?
No, it's never an abrupt change of subject, but instead it's a lot of superfluous information that drowns out. It's not avoiding information by stopping, it's avoiding information by telling you too much irrelevant information.
Like, any specific topics that come
Beating
up?
around the bush is what we call
Yes,
it.
yes.
Where Allie goes, I wonder what, and that happens on specific things.
She seems pretty okay with telling you who people are. She doesn't discuss a lot about people leaving town, you notice. She won't really discuss whether they've left or if they, or who has and hasn't recently.
And I think Allie is also going to say, I also heard, and again, I don't know how much is true, but the jeweler woman seemed to have like a missing relative or something. Do a lot of people go missing around here?
Oh, the sheriff girl? Oh dear, I don't know. She's very hard to deal with.
Do you remember the story there by any chance?
Oh, I try not to talk to her if I can help it. She is quite abrasive. I really just pick up my jewelry and go, darling. I mean, you should do the same.
Well, it did seem sort of like the juicy gossip scandal that might make a good fireside tale.
Oh, we don't concern ourselves with the juicy gossip of the people who work around
The
here.
commoners.
The
Go ahead
commoners.
and say it.
Yes.
Say it.
The poors.
Can't hurt trying, I do like to be entertained.
Well, then I suppose you should go ask her.
Perhaps I will. Okay, so nothing on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth a shot.
All right, Marcellus and Ada, what are y'all looking? So you two are investigating the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it is quite a lot of bedrooms. There are some doors that are locked, I will say.
Ooh.
How locked?
on a scale of 1 to Silent Hill, how locked are they?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to pick a lock?
Or is he asking Tathis to pick the lock?
I
We don't
mean,
have
first
the
I would investigate the first unlocked bedroom I could.
Mm-hmm. This appears to be a young woman's bedroom. Quite frilly, doilies, lacy, muted, dusty pinks. But there's something just a little unsettling about it. It's very carefully put together.
Can I roll an investigation check?
You can investigate.
See, because I get a +5. I'm proficient in that. Yeah. But since I'm proficient, I'm gonna roll again and take the higher of the 2. Ooh, 21.
All right, Marcellus, as you are investigating this bedroom, you find, with that incredible investigation, a false drawer in the desk.
Perfect.
There's a book in there.
Oh. Marcellus doesn't want to take time to flip through the book. Is there anything else in the desk right now?
Several rat skulls.
He's
Yeah,
not
gives
going
you
to
a
take
book and you
those.
don't
Hell no, there are rat skulls in there.
Yes. One of them has got a
Gently.
little bow sort of like stuck on top of its head.
Ew. Marcellus is going to be like, okay, weird, enough. But he's going to pocket that book and hide it somewhere deep on him.
Oh.
And he's going to quickly move to the next room that he can. If
Okay.
he's sufficiently investigated this one.
Yeah, for the most part, it appears to be a normal bedroom, but there's just a few things that are just kind of like weirdly, not like as suspicious as the diary appears to be, but just things that feel a little out of place, like a rat skull with a little bow on it, or there's an illustration of a frog dissection just laying among the doilies.
He's making notes of these, like the frog dissection, like things that just seemed weird.
Yeah.
But he really doesn't want to get caught doing a lot of this if he can get as much evidence as he can.
Yes.
So he will make note and be like, okay,
got this.
Weird frog dissection, weird thing, book in the drawer, hidden book in the drawer. Now we're going to the next room, and he's gonna like walk across the hallway and be like, Ada, darling.
And Ada is just coming out of a room, and she's got an empty flask in her hand. Not her liquor flask, but like a little more in the line of like an Erlenmeyer flask.
Okay, because he would be like, this wasn't an invitation for you to get wasted.
No, she says, smell this.
And he smells it.
It smells putrid.
Ew. Were you drinking that?
No, it was mostly empty when I found it.
Did you drink it all?
No, I didn't drink any of it. I don't put foreign liquids in my mouth.
She says. And
Red.
And he smells it again and he's like, good God, what is this?
And she'll say, I don't know, but she'll swirl it, and you see like as this sickly green liquid kind of moves a little bit, there's flecks of gold in there.
And he's like, can I take that? And he like also hides it with the book too. And he's like, where?
He's gonna run out of prison pocket in a little bit.
He is. And put it in his prison wallet. Yeah, that thing is big. Looks like Mary Poppins' bag.
Incredible.
You can put like lamps out of there.
You know, the bag of holding.
Right, bag of holding in his anus. So he is like, good God. These Ainsworths, this is what they drink? I hope that's not in the punch bowl. And
She said, I think we should have my mother examine it when we get home.
I agree. Actually, you hold this. I don't want that getting on my suit.
She'll put it back in one of her pockets.
And he's like, okay, we have to go to the next rooms. But I think they're locked.
I wouldn't be surprised with a party going on downstairs.
Well, can you get them open?
I don't know how to pick locks.
Well, can you try?
What am I going to pick the lock with, Marcellus?
I don't know. Figure it out. Don't you have like
How long has it been? Are Tethys and Isaac up there by now?
You know what? Let's say that the two of you go up there, and you see like Ada's like just like standing there like talking to Marcellus with her hands on her hips.
I think she would. I think at that point, like when Ada's like, "What would I like pick a lock with?" and you'd hear a voice go, "And why are we picking a lock?"
We need and he like swings an arm around Ada and he'd be like, we were looking for somewhere a little more private. And he like kisses her cheek gently.
Like just red, like
And then
Marcellus
turns around and then it's Tethys.
like I think she's about to have an aneurysm. I think Ada's about to stroke out.
We're doing everything we can to make George jealous, and he's like, but the rest of these rooms are locked, and trust me, you don't want that one or that one. And can you
The
help
whole
us?
time, Tethys is just like,
And he's like, can you help us, Tethys?
just one eyebrow up.
Can you open one of these locked doors?
And then Ada says, Tethys, why are you up here?
No matter.
Third
Why do you need to get into the
floor,
room?
third floor. We know why she's in there.
She'll kind of glance at Isaac, who probably has like a handkerchief like this.
Yeah,
at
he's
this
kind of
point.
like he's got his hand, but like that's not. It's like there's just like yeah, red. He was wearing a white suit. Now it's a red and white suit. He's like kind of pushed his mask up to get it off his face, and he's just.
He's clearing the runway.
Listen, boy does his best every day.
Are there any chairs in the hall?
There's a little bench.
I think that she'll make sure that he sits down and just kind of generally check on him and make sure that he's. Are you okay for me to step over here for a second?
He's like, oh, of course. I'm fine. You don't have to.
So she'll turn back to Marcellus, still eyebrow raised, looking very skeptical, because she knows you're full of shit.
We don't even need to roll for it anymore.
Like, she probably looked at Ada back at you and then was like, mm-hmm. But then you see her kind of like reach behind her and she like twirls out a dagger and goes, which door do you want open?
Perfect. He would say, take your pick. Or dealer's choice is what he would say.
I mean, I guess she would just walk over to one and try to pick the lock, which is Dex, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty decent at that.
Random question while she's calculating. How many years ago did Allie's father technically disappear out of town? Was that 7 as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Everything's 7. It's the ring.
18.
I have a feeling I know what's coming. I have a feeling I know what's coming.
Yes. So it does. The door opens.
She
Marcellus
just pops
was
the
like-
lock and then she lets Marcellus.
Marcellus would literally kiss her on the cheek and be like, brilliant. And he would go inside and he would grab Ada's hand and pull him in with her.
Please
Pull her in
tell me
and
he
then-
shuts the door after.
No,
He just like
no.
shuts the door, pulls her in, and just right in Tethys' face.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't actually. He leaves it wide open.
Listen, it's like when a cat won't bury its poop. We just want everybody to know. He was trying to dig her heels into the carpet. And she's like, what was that?
Nothing.
We know Tethys.
We do.
Tell her that.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I
Look,
think
if she wants to watch, we'll leave the door open.
you'll
And
probably
push
hear
it
Tethys
open.
go, darling, I know he's full of shit. You don't have to tell me.
And he's like, on second thought, we'll close it.
And then it's like, oh God, I didn't know that was worse. Somehow it's worse.
How did this get worse? How and why?
How and why?
What have I done?
I thought I was making it better, but no.
After that smart ass remark, he closes the door and touches his face. And it's like, okay, give me a minute. And he's going to do another investigation
go
to
for
try
it.
and figure out this room.
It looks like you all have been admitted into sort of like a private drawing room.
Ooh, 20. Dirty.
Okay. This appears to be where Annie Ainsworth does a lot of her housekeeping overseeing. So you find family ledger. There is indeed, they've been buying a lot of the metals as confirmed. There is a lot of money going towards like things like small animals, prey animals for, it just says for the dogs. It's not strictly dog food. It seems to be live animals for these things.
Okay, so Annie Ainsworth. I need a notepad. Hold on. Okay. So Annie Ainsworth's room. So the first room we had a book and a locked door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second room, Annie Ainsworth's working room.
Mm-hmm.
With family logs
Mm-hmm.
and track records of the missing metals.
Yes. So Marcellus, as you look at it is careful. The missing metals appear to be going to a singular item project. So whatever it is, it's one item.
And then also the dog stuff.
Mm-hmm. Live prey animals for the dogs.
What type of animals?
Things like rabbits and voles and
Uh-oh, Pippin.
anything small that will run and that can be eaten by a dog.
Do they name the metal project?
It says simply the Mine Project.
Mine, M-I-N-E. Like,
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
You do see it appears to be just sort of just a general book she keeps some notes in. She does note that George is having no success with Ada and that she has been putting some pressure on him to do so. And so the girl can't run from you, can't run from George forever. She'll give in eventually.
And Marcellus would see that and like turn to Ada and be like, ooh, this chapter's about you, seems saucy.
What?
And he would like read it toward her. Be like, it appears that Annie and George, well, George primarily, has a sight set on you. Which I'm sure you already knew, but it looks like Annie's backing it. And he like holds the book out to her.
And Ada just goes, of course, we're the only family not... I stacked those very carefully.
I wondered what you were doing. I looked over and all I saw was, is she having a stroke? What's happening?
Maybe. After tonight, maybe.
it's hiding from the DM because I knocked over her Curtle stack.
And Ada will say, we're the only family in town that's not explicitly aligned with them. Of course they want to make a marriage connection.
Hey, but do you?
No!
Good,
No.
Perfect. I'm glad we closed the door.
It's not closed as long as Annie's got her foot in it.
Oh. Dude, we'll have to follow up on that in a minute if we make it out of this. And then he flips to the page about the dogs. He's like, something tells me that their parlor tricks are gonna have something involved with.
I've never seen dogs here, Marcellus.
Well, I haven't seen them, but I've heard them. And they're not little dogs.
No, I wouldn't think so.
And he's like showing her everything that they've eaten, and he's like, something tells me we want to be out of this house before the parlor games have begun.
Oh, are they playing parlor games again?
Why do you say that?
It's literally just parlor games, but they
Is
do
it?
this thing with tokens, and you get a prize if you have the most tokens, and you get a punishment if you have none or the fewest. It's not really that bad. My punishment last time was I had to sit in the garden with George for an hour.
I don't know that I'd be sitting in the garden tonight, darling.
Why?
I just think there's something out there that might. Back to the dogs.
Subject change.
And she said, actually, Marcellus,
Yes.
you have a Zazzle.
I have a Zazzle. Well, not with me, but I do.
Where is a Zazzle?
Somewhere.
She grabs a pillow and throws it at you. Like square in the face.
Zazzle is with Allie right now, listening.
Okay. So, can you see and hear what he sees and hears?
Yes.
And he can do the same for you?
Yes.
And that monkey belongs to Gideon.
Did.
Is it... How do you get an imp?
Making a deal with a demon. Sacrificing your soul. Worshipping a demon god.
He's a little too nonchalant about that.
It's
A
fine.
demon
It's
or a devil?
Fine.
Devil.
It's fine, it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Hell's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So, that would mean then...
Yes.
Okay.
And he probably knows.
And it's likely not just Gideon.
Exactly. Which is why we don't want to be here when these parlor games take place, because I don't think they're going to be your average run-of-the-mill parlor games.
Well, they've set the parlor games up before the party even started. He couldn't know you were going to eat his familiar.
I don't think it made a difference, but I certainly don't think it's gonna help our situation.
Why did you eat it? Were you hungry?
A few minutes ago, before you gave me that potion that made me feel so much better.
If you were so hungry you ate someone's monkey, you could have said something.
I wasn't hungry, I just didn't want it to make it back to him. That's when I thought it was a monkey. I wasn't listening or looking.
I know.
I should have known better.
You should have.
But
And you
I
saying it
didn't.
doesn't absolve you of having to actually do the thing
Look,
next
no,
time.
I did. Look, it's fine. See, I admitted I was wrong, and I ate it, and my mouth suffered, and we should move past it.
You're so full of shit, Marcellus.
I know. But we should go to the next room.
We should. And she's gonna kind of lean out, look and see what Tethys is doing. Tethys, what are you up to, boo thing?
She's probably sitting back next to Isaac now.
Yeah. It's finally kind of wearing off some. He looks... he says, well, it's better blood than something else.
She kind of looks puzzled.
What you saw at Dr. Fildan's.
Oh.
I would rather have the nosebleed.
And she'll kind of, is this, with her hand, she'll be like, is this, related?
I'm afraid so.
Any particular reason it might happen randomly like that?
Everyone in my family has certain gifts. It would seem mine is not under control so well.
Ah. What? I agree.
Oh!
No, she'd be like, well, I agree, at least it's just blood this time.
Did anyone talk to Isaac about going to the Hallow Feast? Has that idea already been floated to him?
No. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Oh.
Because I know Pippin
Wasn't it
mentioned...
his idea in the first place? No.
No, it was
Pippin.
Pippin's. It was my other little chaos monster, Pippin.
Didn't he mention to Tethys seeing ghosts in the house?
Yes, that's
Yes.
what I'm remembering.
He mentioned to Tethys, didn't he? I think Tethys would be like she'd be quiet for a second, because I imagine after she says that, there's probably like a little awkward silence.
And from the room that Marcellus and Ada, you hear, as Ada throws that pillow. Oh, look, I did it myself.
She'll like look at the doorway, and then by the look on her face, go like, yeah, it's about on par for the course. Like she's not concerned even a little. And I think she'll say, do you remember when you were over at the house and you saw,
Yes.
yeah. So a friend of mine had an idea about potentially holding a seance in the house, right? In the Chevalier house?
Oh, no, he wants to go have it out at the burnt, profane stumps.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, like at ground zero.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a bad idea.
And he'd like to go have them out next to. She'll just kind of nod in the general direction and be like, the stumps.
That your friend is brave and probably quite foolish.
And she would kind of be quiet for a second and then go like this. And she'd go, I take that to mean that you wouldn't be willing to join me then.
Are you going to be there?
Yes.
Then I should probably go. Not
No.
always well, but I can, to some degree, conduct the spirits.
I would greatly appreciate it.
When are you doing this?
She'll be like, oh. Because I don't think we made a plan.
We did not.
We did not.
No, Pippin and Ray just fucked off to go get shit ready.
They're just like, not going to tell anybody when, just leaving to get ready. She'll say, that's the tricky part. See, We didn't really plan a time.
He'll kind of like look out the windows. I do see your friends leaving.
And she'll just go, shit. And she'll be like, well, if that's the case, I would assume that it's probably going to be sometime soon.
Well, I can make some excuse to be away from my family.
I think she would, like, kind of motion towards him and be like, but if we do it tonight, do you think you'll be okay? You'll be okay.
Is your face going to explode?
Huh?
Is your face going to explode? You have an aneurysm?
Like,
Stroke? You gonna stroke out?
Like, the last thing I want is for you to start bleeding again.
It'll be fine. I can manage it.
As long as you promise me to tell me if you need to leave.
Of course. Of course. And of course, he has no intention of doing this, you know. He's absolutely not going to say a word.
Like, say anything if he needs to leave.
Right. No, you immediately get the sense that he says he's going to say something and he absolutely will not, under any circumstances.
And Ted will just kind of sit for a second and let out a big sigh. Well, let's go get this over. At least I'm drunk.
Oh.
And I think she would look at him and she gonna do something drunk. She'll be like, thank you. And she'll kiss him on the cheek.
Oh, the cheek.
She's not
Kind
Marcellus.
of PG-13.
He said this ain't this ain't appropriate for the third floor. That's some first floor bullshit.
Look, this is first floor.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go back now.
Oh, Isaac blushes a little bit. And he just...
A blush and a kiss on the cheek.
We're not all Marcellus.
Come on, Ada, let's show him what it's worth.
Ada's trying to climb out a window. She's like, well, I'm sure I can survive the fall damage.
And even if I don't, it's better than this.
I wish Allie was here.
I've never seen so many women jumping out of a window to get away from
Look at him go. 1, 2. I like to think this is when Marcellus and Ada like come out, is like as Isaac is kind of like cutely blushing at Tethys.
And it's just like,
And Marcellus would be like, awkward.
And she'll
him actually vocalizing that is the best thing. Awkward.
Somebody's blushing.
Shut up, Marcellus.
And it's like, it's nice. It's good to see Isaac having fun.
Oh, Ada.
What?
We're on the third floor.
So?
This is where all the bedrooms are.
No.
And he's like dragging them down the hallway to go to more bedrooms. Like,
I think to that, Tethys would be like, she'll be like, Marcellus, and we'll be like, Pippin and Ray are fucking off to set up for the seance. We should probably get Allie and get out of here.
I agree. Actually, we maybe have enough information now to at least get us started, and perhaps we should make our exit before I'm concerned that the parlor games start.
And I think that...
And he would like whisper to Azazel and be like, Allie, I hope you're ready to make a gracious exit.
What is Allie doing when he says this to her?
Is she still dancing with people?
Well, I don't know if the game started and she was stuck in one, or if...
Oh, that's a good... You know what, Allie? You did already get stuck in the game.
Real
We're
quick,
stuck.
Tethys is going to, as they start to like go downstairs, Tethys will kind of say to Isaac, maybe once all this is over, we can come back. And just like,
Oh, side note. Goodness.
Oh, and Marcellus will hear it probably.
Isaac will say very quietly, my house does also have a third floor.
And Marcellus would hear that and grab Ada's hand and be like, see, darling, our evening isn't ruined.
Because Isaac's house has a third story?
Well, yeah, I mean, after party.
I think Tethys would be like, and I think your house has significantly less vampires in it. Wait, significantly fewer. Sorry. She's drunk. She doesn't know what she's saying.
And perhaps less monkeys to eat.
Isaac kind of looks around and he says, he's a...
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, come now, let's not get hung up on that.
And then she'll turn around and go, eat a monkey. Because she doesn't know about that.
Yes, well, that. I'm just saying that poor Allie's already stuck in the parlor games, and I'm a little concerned that maybe, I keep wanting to say his name is George, and it's not, it's another G.
Gideon.
Gideon, thank you. And I think Gideon might have, figured that out by now. And I don't know that we want to be a member of any parlor game that he's partaking in.
Isaac will pause and say, it may be worth it, if for no other reason than to assist Allie to keep her from losing. Whether or not she wins matters less.
Marcellus would think of Allie in that situation and be like, good point.
And I imagine they kind of like, okay. And they're going to go down the stairs.
Yeah.
And like halfway down the stairs, you just hear Tethys go, so are we going to just skip over the monkey completely?
I'll tell you about it later, trust me.
I love how he just went whoop right around that.
Right around the monkey. Ring around the monkey.
Trust me, I've had better appetizers in High Garden. It's nothing to write home about.
And then she's going to look over at Isaac like,
And I was like, did you eat darling?
Oh, well, it didn't taste very darling, but yes.
Darling was nice.
Marcellus, what did you do?
I ate darling. Do I have to reiterate it? Do I have to spell it out for you? Do I have to put it on a marquee? Yes.
Darling was not nice.
I ate darling.
Darling was terrible. He used to fling
Feces?
Yes.
Yes, they do that.
He never did that to me.
It tasted like he flung feces, and perhaps ate them.
Marcellus, how do you know that? What that's like? What are they doing in High Garden?
Nothing, but
I
let
don't
me
think
tell
I
you.
know.
And he was like,
Some water.
so he would say, enough about that. Yeah, I know, I shouldn't have ate it, but it was my only option at that moment.
My only option out of many.
Out of many, at that moment. I ate the monkey, yes.
Well, all right then.
And I've made
Of course you
lifelong friend out of the Aidsworths because of it.
Well.
Oh, and as you all get downstairs, it seems people are being paired off. And you do all notice this, the parlor games do seem to be primarily for the younger people. People like Gideon, Annie, the parents, so to speak, are not playing the parlor games.
Perfect. Well, bad for Allie on her side.
Yeah, she probably got roped into it. Especially if she was still in the arms of, Annalise?
Mm-hmm.
Angelina.
Yeah.
Lady who talks a lot.
Yeah, she hasn't let Allie go. She has got Allie like a rat in some talons.
And I think a little bit, Allie's got her talents back in because she's very good at this. Get people to say things without realizing they're giving information away game because, again, it's how she used to make her living.
Mm-hmm. So, do we want to save the parlor games for next time? What do we want to do? All right.
Yeah,
I think I can
that's
adapt
fair.
most. I think I can adapt these two. to Owlbear Radio.
Okay.
Should be pretty
I
easy.
didn't know because you have all your
Well, I was
I
gonna
know,
do that, but
yeah,
we
I mean, we can do that if
Yes.
you want. Or,
Yes. We
I'm
will
down
we
for
will
whatever
adapt
at
it so
this
we can
point.
have everybody. So in the meantime, if you want some of these, please have fun. Please enjoy. We will do virtual tokens for that.
Oh, well,
All
I'm
right,
sorry
Marcellus.
that you got
No,
that.
listen, I had a shit ton of fun. It was
That
more than
went in
worth it.
so many directions that I was not
Right?
expecting.
Right.
That,
Incredible.
And our pictures are fabulous.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.